What is a patriot? A patriot is someone that loves Christ, country, and their family and neighbors. Someone who is willing to stand up for what's right. Although there may be a cost to them, someone who has overcome fear because fear is of Satan, willing to go the extra mile to do and show what's right. The only reason I'm on YouTube is because of God. I feel it's my destiny, my duty to do and say the things God shows me, or else I'm of no good to God at all. All patriots must stand up or risk losing God, country, and family. This is all of our destiny, to do God's work. Thanks to all who watch my videos. But remember, it's not about us, but about our children, our country, our God. Thank you.
So then I said I'd never do that. Oh, are we live? Shoot.
Well, tell us what it is you wouldn't do again. Go ahead.
I was just making something up.
All right, who we got in here? We have got, let's see, Snooks. What's up, Snooks? Good to see you, Snooks.
Snooks.
Chrissy Cat. Hello, Chrissy Cat. I hope Chrissy's still here. She loves you too, Steve. Miss Cheryl Rich. Hello, Cheryl. Welcome, girl.
And it looks like we may have trouble in here.
Yeah, Steve Harlow up here.
Not Kiss Off, but Creek Squad.
Oh, well, I thought you were talking about Steve Harlow.
Oh, that him too. I've heard stories about that.
What's up, Creek? Good to see you, brother.
Armageddon.
Miss Vicky Sorrells, hello there. Welcome. And let's see what Creek say. Good to see everybody listening in at work. You always say you're at work. I think you just say that so you don't have to come on in case we ask you.
No, it's good. In like 20 minutes, when he puts a comment again because he's working, I'll be like, "Hey, welcome back, Creek." And then he'll be like, "I'm listening. I've been here the whole time. I never left."
Yes, I says she's not trouble, but she is. Craig says I'm trouble too, Kiss Off. So, I mean, I guess we're all trouble to a certain extent.
Now I'm thinking about the gerbil guy. Armageddon. That has to be the one of the out of this entire year so far, the 6 months of this year that I have. That's the one night I laughed the hardest. That was great night.
Yeah, it was pretty funny from hearing y'all explain it and everything. Well, sure, it's good to see everybody today. We got 21 watching so far, Steve. Maybe some other ones come dragging in a minute. You never know. But we shall see.
Yeah, Sunday, because what is it? It's 6:30 Central right now, 7:30 Eastern time.
Yep.
Everyone's day just winding down.
This one just got in the evening. Had that guy you said on that scary show. It's supposed to be a scary show anyway. Say good evening, friend. It real trying to make it a spooky voice, and he was kind of spooky at that time anyway because I was young then. Didn't take much to scare me.
Right.
I'd get up in the corner of the room. My dad would be watching TV there in his chair, and so I'd get in the corner of the room where I could see my dad in the TV and nothing to get behind me. If anything would have happened, I'd have ran and jumped right smack in my daddy's lap. He'd probably
See,
beat me to death.
that's playing it smart though. Make sure nothing get behind you.
Darn right. I wasn't taking no chances, especially Frankenstein and all that.
Right.
Let's hope they do, Snooks. But if they don't, we'll muddle through. I've muddled through with a whole lot less than this before. Did I ever tell you about that time? I think I did. When I was doing a call-in show this night, and it was when I first came on, and the only one that showed up that whole night, I think I was on about 2 hours, was Salt and Light. She was the only one in the chat.
Really?
Yeah, this is before I ever even met you. I mean, I knew you from Citizen Man, but we hadn't talked or anything yet. So it's been a while, man. Miss Sharon Mercier, hello there, Sharon. Welcome, girl.
Sharon.
Thank you very much. It's been all right so far. So far, I say so far.
Yeah, I did that during the week this week. See, man, I never know what day it is half the time, but one day this past week, I did a vertical live because I was like, I got like a 45-minute drive to this job, so I'll just do a vertical live. And then when I set it up and I went on, after like 3 or 4 minutes, it still said 0 people. And I was like, I think I set this up wrong. And so I ended it. But it ends up I was live, and everyone was like, hey, what happened? Where'd you go? I was like, I didn't think I set it up right. And then that 45-minute vertical live turned into like 2 hours, and I got to the job, and I sat in front of the house for like another 45 minutes.
I seen after you already gone off, I seen that you'd been on. I mean, I hardly ever watch a recording of anything. It almost has to be live for me to watch it, unless it's about a ghost show or something. Then I'll watch it. I'm
the same way. I rarely ever rewatch a live stream.
Well, hey, what'd you think about the submarine, the ships from Russia coming into Cuba, into the Mediterranean?
I heard about it, but I haven't heard much about it, so I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know the whole story.
Well, the story is that Biden gave NATO the okay to use our missiles, firing them into Russia.
Shit.
So Russia's over here. What this is boiling down to, in my opinion, what it's boiling down to is that it's going to be like the Bay of Pigs was in 1963, whatever year that was, and we came right at nuclear war's door before it was, called off. But I think this time it's going to be that, and but there's going to be some missiles fired this time, in my opinion, again, at certain spots. Not an all-out nuclear war by no stretch of the imagination, but enough to where they take out the spots they want to take out. And I'm not just talking about Russia. I'm talking about this is going to include us, probably China.
Well, I was going to say, if Russia retaliates, I just hope it's not another Pearl Harbor, because that's not very far from me.
No, Russia will be in. No, it won't be. It won't be Pearl Harbor. I mean, they won't hit. From what I've read and understand, they will not hit Pearl Harbor. It's just it's the evil places of the world that they're going to be hitting. So, I can't say any more than that.
Right.
But if I do, there goes that ding, 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 ding again. Hello, James. What's up, brother?
James, aloha, brother. James, you know who James is, right?
Oh, yeah.
James.
Hello, Astua.
Is Dave. Dave's not here, man's real brother.
Yes, sir. I know. Let me thank Astua here right quick. Astua, I'm sorry I couldn't think of your on-air name here, whatever you want to call it. The other night when you donated that $250, golly, I appreciated that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you very much. I passed out when I seen that. I thought, no, that's got to be a mistake. So I really had to open it up that time and look at it.
Really, the decimal point's in the wrong spot.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The cat, what's up, the cat? Good to see you. Garrett.
The cat. Emotional damage.
There you go. I always leave
In
that to you.
my
I can't say it like you do.
James says, in my opinion, the Russian move in Cuba is only psych warfare, letting us know he can.
Oh,
Eh?
it's 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 going to boil down to more than that. Like I said, in my opinion, but that's what this whole thing's been building up to. All this, well, since Trump left office, and we've been
Right.
hearing about nuclear war forever. I think like I said, think they're going to take out a lot of these evil places around the world, and not. It's going to be all of them together. Like China will hit one part, Russia will hit another part, we'll hit another part, North Korea hit another part. However it goes. I'm not in the planning stage, but I would almost bet that's what it comes down to.
When I think of North Korea, I always think of the like cartoon skits because they've been their own thing. Their missiles are probably like all duds, and they go to fire them out, like, and then they blow themselves up.
Well, they probably they never would have had them if it hadn't been for us in the first place. But we're the ones that give them to them or showed them how to make them. However you want to look at it. So you can bet your bottom dollar they work. Right? If there is such thing as a nuclear missile, they've got them, and they work.
Kim Jong Un's too busy eating all the time anyway, so
Well, he can roll out there. Yeah,
too distracted. Steve-O.
There's Steve-O. What's going on, Steve-O? Are you singing anywhere today?
I know. I'll find on accident like a channel that I've never heard of before, but they're doing karaoke, and I'm like, oh, who's this? And then Steve's on the panel. So this guy's everywhere.
He is, man. 24 hours a day, around the clock, all week long. We don't miss a week. Turns into years, and he keeps on going just like a bunny. What's it? Energizer bunny. I get it out.
Yeah, and he's dedicated too. He's even out in the backyard in a tent now.
Is he? Wow.
To do the singing. And he's not living there, but you know what I mean.
Well, his old lady probably run him out of the house, tired of listening to it. Mine would. There's no way that Putin can allow NATO to sit on his southern border. Oh, I agree with that. Blocking access to the Black Sea, any smart Russian leader would fight us in this scenario. I totally agree with that, James. This is exactly what it's all building down up to. And but like I said, I'd almost bet money on it right now. What I said a few minutes ago is the way it goes. But there ain't gonna be. I ain't gonna say there ain't gonna be anyone hurt. There may be some people hurt, but it's not. No one is out to get us. In general, no one is out to get Russians in general or Chinese. Nothing like that. They've all planned this together, in my opinion.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
CXL, what's going on? Hello, ZXL. Welcome.
Yeah, good to see you, ZXL. Glad to see you around. I know you had a lot going on, so I know you can't always be around, but good to see you today.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hello, Miss Annette Graff. Hello there, Annette, and welcome. Good to see you too. But either way, we're coming up on some exciting times, I guess you'd say. And could be some very dangerous times. Can you think what a lot of these people that are they're very nervous types anyway, and how they're going to go crazy when all this stuff happens? I mean, oh man.
Well, do you know what it reminds me of? It makes me think of two things. But
hello,
the main
Miss
thing reminds
Sue.
me of, hey, Miss Minder Sue, aloha. Good to see you.
It is. What's that, Steve, now?
But remember when the missiles were coming at Hawaii?
Yeah.
And then all that. Well, the funny thing is when that happened, me and Nina were sleeping. We had no idea. So like hour later when we woke up and we're like, what's the big fuss about? We almost died. Like, no, we didn't. But it reminds me of that, like how, and then I turned on it's one of the only times I've turned on the news in the past 10 years, but like I couldn't believe how everyone was, like crawling in in the street and the sewer things and just
Yeah, manholes and all. Oh, parents are throwing their children, chunking their children down there. Yeah.
yeah. But then that, and then it reminds me of not too long ago that when AT&T shut down whatever that was, and how
Hello, Indy.
much hey India aloha, and how everyone freaked out just because they didn't have phone service for like a half a day. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, man, what would these people do if there was a real problem?
Well, it's going to damn sure appear like a real problem before this
Yeah,
it's all said and done. And I mean, I could be wrong. It could be a real thing. I don't think so, but like I said, I'm not sitting in on the planning stages, so I don't know. It's just my opinion. But I
yeah.
sure
Well,
have
me
studied a
too.
lot about it.
The way I look at it is the GovNet is kind of that little boy who cried wolf, right? It's like they just keep
Hmm.
crying wolf.
Particularly this one. But
Mhm.
can you imagine anybody with any brains at all giving another country the okay to use our weapons to go to war? And what does he think they're going to do? Just sit there and say, "Oh, it's okay. Go ahead, blast us."
Right, yeah. In my opinion, the recent Chinese moves, Taiwan, South China Sea, preclude any detente,
Detente. It's a Russian
detente.
word.
Oh, okay. Also, economic collapse in China may force Z into war in the Pacific.
I see
Yeah, see,
exactly where you're coming from.
I know James is well from growing up. I've known James as long as I've known Dave since I was 9. But I know James is well informed on a lot of stuff
Yeah, and
that
he's
you
making
talk
some damn
about,
good
Ronnie.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making some damn good points. And well, what I'm saying is that all this stuff has already been settled. I mean, it's my opinion that the China Taiwan thing has been settled, that the Russia Ukraine thing has been settled, and I don't think the CCP exists anymore. So this is just all my opinions now, but I'm just telling you that there's very likely not to be any real war. There's going to be a look-like war for sure.
Yep. I mean, like Andy just said too, they're all, and that's what I truly believe that they're all in on it together. A global agenda. Exactly.
Oh, they're definitely all in on it. There's no doubt about it. But it's not the way most people are thinking though. It's to where this is one of the only ways that they could get rid of evil without causing a huge worldwide calamity to where millions of people did die and everything was shot to hell all around the world. That's my way of looking at it. And of course everybody else is welcome to their opinion. I'm just stating mine. I'm
Right.
not trying to change anybody's mind. I'm just stating my opinion.
Right. YouTube. Did you hear that? YouTube. We're not
Yes,
telling people what to think. We're just saying how we feel. So don't get your
exactly.
panties up in a bunch.
Absolutely not. Chris Gilbert, what's going on, my man? Good to see you.
Hey, Chris
Mr. Will,
Gilbert.
Mr. William Gramer just entered the house too. Hello, William. Welcome, brother.
It's a damn good show.
He don't say that anymore. I don't know what's gotten into him. I think he leaves by the time we're going off, and he needs to say it before he leaves. Don't you think?
Definitely before he leaves, just to give us the thumbs up.
Yeah. The damn good show thing.
Let's see.
Well, James, I can't talk about it all on here. My opinion, if I do, well, then I'll get zinged. But I could definitely explain it to you how this happens. It's uh, man, I can't say it. I mean, I honestly can't. I wished I could, believe me. But let's just
Well,
say that the chips are safe.
James, we'll all have to get together in a backstage
Yeah.
You, me, Dave, and James. And then we can let loose, say whatever we want.
Well, some of them are. You're right, Snooks. But most of them, they I forgot how many countries involved in this, but there's 17 main countries that's involved in this, and they're all big, powerful countries. And so when you see all these things, I'm just telling what I'm trying to get through to everybody is don't be afraid. Have no fear. If you have fear, well, then you're falling right into the devil's hands. That's basically all I'm saying. Because I don't think anything is going. And I said this for years. I know there's people in here that have heard me say it a long time ago that I don't think a thing is going to happen. I mean, I think there will be a show nuclear war, fake, however you want to put it. But I certainly don't think this is going to be a real one. Mr. John Dunning, welcome, sir. How are you today? Mr. Federal Political Scandal. Oh, God, that could go on forever, wouldn't it? I mean, Lord have mercy.
Is that one in your chat? I'm going to pull that up. Hold on.
Yeah, it's over here, man.
List of federal political scandals in the United States.
I do too, James, but on here it gets me in all kinds of trouble if I say one wrong word. They sure do. Yes, he says, does YouTube forbid these discussions? Yeah, they do.
It says in this article, the term politician, a person who is professionally involved in politics, includes not only those elected, but also party officials, candidates for office, their staffs, and appointees. Please note that every president directly selects, appoints, or hires several thousand people. Each of them selects thousands more. Private citizens should only be mentioned when they are closely linked to the scandal or politician such as Jack Abramoff. This list also does not include crimes that occur outside the politician's tenure, such as before or after their term in office. Only they specifically stem from acts made while in office and discovered later. This is going to be a... Oh, wow, it goes all the way back. Okay. Goes all the way back to George Washington.
Yeah, and even farther. I mean,
right.
If you really dig into it, it go even farther. But I can tell you, well, I'm not going to say anything about George Washington, but I will say something about Eisenhower. Eisenhower certainly was not the guy we thought he was. He was among the not good guys. Put it like that.
Right.
Although everybody has thought forever, that he was a great guy, including myself. And I thought he was great too, until I got to studying about it, and it's not that way.
Well, I've kind of heard too about some things about Abraham Lincoln, that he's not the great guy that everyone thought either.
I think Lincoln was probably better than most people thought.
I didn't look. I didn't like go down the rabbit hole to find out, but I was like, really? I just kind of let it go. But with the way things have been going, it's like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, what Lincoln was doing is basically the same thing that Trump is trying to do now. He was trying to take care of the same problem we have right now with all these traitors in our country. You get my drift.
Here you go, Eisenhower. Administration 1953, 1961. Nixon, vice president candidate, delivered the checker speech to deflect scandals about 18,000 in gifts, maintaining the only personal gift he had received was a dog. And then it says, oh, so that's his executive branch. So that was under Eisenhower. And then Sherman Adams, chief of staff to Republican President Dwight Eisenhower, was cited for contempt of Congress and forced to resign because he refused to answer questions about an Oriental rug and vicuna coat. Vicuna? I don't know. Coat. He was about a rug and a coat given to his wife. John C. Dorfer, appointed chairman of a federal communications commission by President Eisenhower, spent a week-long Florida vacation in 1960 on the luxury yacht owned by his friend George Storer, president of Storer Communications. This thing just keeps going and going.
Well, have you ever read the story about Eisenhower giving away? Well, supposedly, and this is a supposedly scenario. He gave away basically rights of the American citizen to aliens from outer space. Like they could kidnap so many, and it'd be okay. But they had to give us their technology and everything.
I did hear about that. At first, I was like, that sounds crazy, but then it just clicked. I do remember hearing that.
That's one of the things that's happened. I mean, and the other things, I mean, I could prove those, but I can't talk about them because,
Right.
What's up, Ridge Runner? Good to see you, brother.
Tennessee Ridge Runner. Aloha.
Melvita Barnado. Hello, Melvita. Welcome. Timothy Graff. What's up, Timothy? Good to see you. But yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, what do you think actually happened to Patton, General Patton? I mean, I doubt you really know, but unless you studied that part of history real well. Well, he wasn't. He might have died in a car wreck, but
my grandpa used to talk about General Patton. I should have listened. I never listened when I was growing up.
Well, Patton was a good guy, at least as far as I can tell. I mean, I'm not swearing one way or the other, but yeah, definitely John Patton was killed. But how he was killed is a question. And
you know what his nicknames were?
Oh, Blood and Guts.
Yeah, it was Bandito and Old Blood and Guts. I didn't know that.
That's what they call Trump too, Old Blood and Guts. When he was in the military academy. Can you put those two together? I mean,
here we go. November. General in the United States Army who commanded the 7th Army in the Mediterranean theater of World War II and the 3rd Army in France and Germany after the Allied invasion of Normandy in 1944. Born in 1885. Wow. He studied fencing.
Sword fighting. Well, I just say that Eisenhower had a lot to do with that. Somebody said it up here a while ago. I think somewhere. Said Patton was killed by a drunk driver. That was definitely the story, but I'm not saying much more than that.
I know. I know what you're saying. I know it. But things happen. Things happen.
Yes. Things definitely happen, and some things are forced to happen. And that's one of the things that was forced to happen.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get at. Wow, this is a long article about his entire life, but I'm trying to get to that part.
I doubt you'll find in there anything about a Patton, but you might.
Oh, Olympics. I didn't know he was in the Olympics.
Who was in the Olympics?
Patton. It said for his skill in running and fencing, Patton was selected as the Army's entry for the first modern pentathlon at the 1912 Olympic Games in Stockholm, Sweden.
I didn't know that either.
He was the only American among the 42, I got to be saying that wrong, pentathletes who were all officers. Patton placed 21st on the pistol range, 7th in swimming, 4th in fencing, 6th in equestrian competition, and 3rd in the foot race, finishing 5th overall and 1st among the non-Swedish competitors. There was controversy concerning his performance in the pistol shooting competition in which he used a .38 caliber U.S. Army issued pistol, while most of the other competitors chose a 22 caliber. He claimed that the holes in the paper from his early shots were so large that a later bullet passed through them, but the judges decided that one of his bullets missed the target completely. Oh, so he's saying, okay.
You know, Patton had that. He had that 38 pearl handle pistol he loved. I mean, that was his baby. He definitely did. But it's all very interesting, you know, whether you want to believe it or not. You know, it's all a very interesting read. You just got to stick your nose into it a little bit.
Yeah, there you go, John. John Dunn has got all the good stuff.
Oh, I know. John, he's. Oh, I think he's the guy that made me get my video took down that night, though. But that's okay, John.
It was too good.
It's one I got the 1,400 views on for morning. So, I mean, I was plenty happy with it. It wouldn't have that many views now if I hadn't played the video he sent. So, thank you, John. Heather Joy, what's up, Heather? Good to see you.
Heather, aloha, Heather.
And thank you for the Happy Father's Day wishes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy Father's Day to all the real fathers out there, the real men.
Shit, you're just as much one as we all are.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not one. I wasn't there for my kids like I should have been. So I'm saying Happy Father's Day to the real men, not me. But like Dave's not here, man. Happy Father's Day, brother. Ronnie, Happy Father's Day, brother.
Thank you, sir. And the same to you, whether you think you deserve it or not. He wouldn't be here without you. And well, none of them would be here without you.
That is true. He technically is Daddy's little squirt, right?
Yeah, he certainly is.
And my daughter, too. Sounds weird saying it about my daughter, though. I'll just call my son that.
If you quit going around squirting everywhere. You know.
Put that thing away.
Yeah.
Hey, Terry, aloha, Arrington Auditor. Kamehameha, butterfly.
Yeah, I'm trying to track him down there and he kept jumping up. Happy Father's Day to you too, Terry. Butterfly, what's up, Butterfly? Good to see you. I need your prayers, Ronnie. I had an operation Tuesday. Went back to the ER Thursday. I'm having to use a walker now and can't see well. Dang, sorry to hear that, Butterfly. Well, you definitely got our prayers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get well soon. May God be with you and God bless you. Sincerely. Oops, didn't go off. There he is. Man, I tell you what, like Miss Karen, she's sick today too. She said she'd try to be, to watch it, but I don't know if she is or not because she is sick. Karen Reese.
Oh, I was gonna say Karen Reese, or okay.
Yeah, so if when y'all pray, we'll say a prayer for Butterfly and Miss Karen Reese too. See what Steve will say.
Absolutely.
Steve says Nixon was my grandfather's lawyer. Wait a minute. Nixon was my great grandfather's lawyer way back when my grandma would tell us after Nixon went into politics, he would say he doesn't want the SOB's name mentioned in his house. Right on, I guess. Shangy girl, what's up, Shangy girl? Welcome.
Hey, Shangy. You know what? I don't know why that just reminded me of that, but I found
Mayor.
I came across a new channel last night, and it was just like, when you go to your main page on YouTube, and it was one that was just suggested, and they were live, and I was like, oh, what's this? So I went and checked it out, and I forgot the name. Mel, and she's in England, but it kind of reminded me of like you and me hanging out, and then when we have like 2 or 3 other people on the panel, It was pretty cool. So I ended up jumping up on the panel with them for about an hour. That was really cool. So shout out to Mel Pandora.
Had fun, did you?
Oh yeah, I did. Hanging out with people I never met before from England and Australia and all over the place.
Right
And
on.
then one guy was like, "The Earth is flat," and I was like, "Oh yeah, here we go."
Hello, Gypsy. Welcome. Miss Pat Evans. Hello there.
Gypsy
Welcome.
Lizzie, Vicky
Yeah,
Sorrells.
Miss Vicky. You know, I hardly ever go on anyone's panels anymore. I don't know why. I just, well, most of the time because I don't feel like it. You know, and if I am feeling halfway right, I want to save up that energy to do my own show with, and so that's basically why I
Right.
don't.
See, for me, I have an addictive personality, and the funny thing is, before I ever did my first live, I was so scared, and I almost didn't do it. I almost canceled it.
And you
I
ain't
was
about
like,
your damn self. I did too.
I gave my word. I said if I hit 500 subscribers, I'll do it. So I can't back down. But now I think, like yesterday, I was like, I haven't been on panel in a day and a half, so I gotta do it.
He's having
You know,
withdrawals, huh?
right? So, oh, right on. Mara watched the video with Nick Johnson. Right on. We were just talking about that backstage before we came on.
Yep, sure were. Sure were. And Steve said he changed some things around in there that that's
Yes.
weren't said when they're supposed to be said. But
Editing.
yeah,
Good old editing. But I don't know.
but
It
it
is
still
what
came
it
out
is.
good. I
I
thought
guess I really wouldn't care at all if he would have like. I mean, he did shout me out. He's like, "Hey, my buddy Steve," but I mean, there's how many Steves in the world? But like to put my link in the description or something, because every video I have, especially my last one, I forgot what I named it, but the homeless in Hawaii one, I
Mhm.
have his name in the description because that's his voice. You know,
Yeah. Well, I think he should have done it too. I think he should have put your name and your channel and everything in the description. But
right?
I don't know why he wouldn't.
Yeah, and I mean, I even went back on older videos from his, and I checked them all out. He doesn't do it for anybody, so I can't take it that personal, but he should start doing that. Just my opinion.
Well, if he ever comes on here, I'll ask him why he didn't.
Yeah, there you go. I still got to get a hold of him. I haven't talked to him since, but
Yeah.
we're still gonna have him on. We're gonna have him on. You know what? I'll do that this week. I'll get a hold of him this week and see if because when we hung out that day, he did bring it up that he'd come on our podcast. So
Yeah, I hope he does. I mean, I ain't kidding you. I got a many questions I'd love to ask that guy about all the things he's done, places he's been, things he's seen. And one of them is the one question I want to ask him is, what is the worst ghetto that you've ever seen? The worst slum, whatever you want to call them, that you've ever been.
right,
I think he'd probably say Gary, Indiana, or maybe Michigan. But Michigan, where I seen it was the hood
there,
anyway was basically
yeah,
all gone.
yeah. There was another. I was gonna say Gary, Indiana, and there was another one in Michigan, like Benton Harbor. Benton Harbor. I think he's like, I didn't think this Benton Harbor. I just thought it was a small town. I didn't think this place is worse than Detroit. Jeremy, what's up, brother?
Jeremy the Jester is here. I watched a little bit of you and Jeremy the other day, last week, I guess it was. Week
Oh
before
yeah,
that.
yep,
I watched maybe an hour, something like that.
yeah. Jeremy's a great guy. Drop your link, Jeremy. Yeah, if anyone's not subbed to Jeremy, definitely go check him out.
I don't think I am yet. I was at one time, but I've had so many channels that I don't think I am right now because I can't remember everybody I was subbed to.
Right. I know I'm subbed to over like 1,000 or something. I don't get it because YouTube will unsubscribe me from my own backup channel, but they don't unsubscribe me from channels that I even watched in 3 years. You know?
Well, they want to make sure that you don't get overboard on your subs. I guess you don't get too
Right.
many. They took three or some. I guess three people unsubscribed to me on this channel, which I mean, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. Or if YouTube done it, that's fine. Either way, it's fine. I don't know who it was, and I'm not going to go looking. I could probably find who it was if I wanted to, but if they don't want to watch, if it was the individual, well, more power to them. If they don't want to watch, that's fine. If it's YouTube, I can't say more bad things about YouTube than I've already said. So, I said what I've already said. Stand.
Right. I'm actually since my homeless video, I went from like 2,870 something to 2,830 something. So that's pretty cool.
Well, I picked these, but I mean, I've already picked up more since that happened. Let's see what I got here. Yeah, I'm 2 ahead of where I was to begin with.
Right.
So
you know what? That actually, I was telling Dave last night when I was on the phone with him. That happened yesterday when I woke up. I don't remember. I just remember the last 2 numbers was 3, 4. And then I went and did a bunch of stuff. And like 4 hours later, I checked. And then it was at 3, 0. So I lost 4. And then like 4 hours later, when I came back home and checked again, I was back up to 3, 4. I was like, cool. I lost 4 subs and gained 4 subs.
Well, maybe they unsubbed. Maybe those people unsubbed and decided to resub. Who knows?
It could be.
I know Chapman the other night, we had quite a few people watching, but the likes turned out to be almost identical, which hardly ever happens. I think.
Oh, so you both had that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, he was restreaming mine, and
right.
so the likes turned out, about even on both of them, and the views too, as far as that goes.
That's really because usually when like you're like I'm stream sharing this today from your channel, usually it's never even, which is kind of expected. But so that's cool that it was.
I think when I last time I looked, I think I had maybe 3 or 4 more likes than Chap did. And I thought, well, shit, that's great. That means people were going back and forth, liking both videos, which is probably what it was. And I hope that's what people do here is go back and forth, liking both.
Yeah, that's why I always I pin the link at the top of my chat for yours. So it's pinned at the top. Anyone wants to jump over to Ronnie's and smash the like or caress the like or pet the like or rub the like or yell at and subscribe
and,
and then kick the like or smack it.
Take a hammer and knock the shit out of it. Something along those lines. I've seen a few other machines I'd like to do that too. Also, just throwing that in there. Not these kind of machines.
Right.
Machines nonetheless.
But that's why Dave called me last night. If you want to pull this up real quick, I just shared it. Dave called me last night because he's like, dude, I turned on YouTube today and you were on TV. He's like, I was on TV. He's like, you're famous. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Hello, Marie LeBeau. Welcome. And
Marie LeBeau.
Mel Pandora.
Hey, there's Mel. What's up, Mel? I was just talking about you. Did you
that's right. Yeah.
Did you just get here, Mel? Or did you hear me talking about it? I was just talking about how I found your channel last night and was hanging out with you guys and how awesome you were.
He sure was.
Right on.
He's got a big mouth. You can't trust him, Mel. He goes blabbing everywhere. You want me to pull it up, Steve?
Oh yeah, I'll just play like 15 seconds of it. But this is when Dave's not here, man. He's like, dude, you're on TV. I'm like, I'm not on TV. What are you talking about? But this is the video from Nick Johnson.
And for part of the way, I had my buddy Steve in the car with me. He knows the island very well.
That was a cool car.
He's been on it for 15 years now. The goal to show you this.
But yeah, that's it. But it's like a 45-minute video, so you should go check it out. I'm in there. My face really isn't in there a lot, but you can hear me talking and stuff.
No,
a BMW, and that was sweet, really fancy.
And that what happened was Chap was restreaming mine, and so you wouldn't have got notified until I don't know if they notify you at all. After the show goes on.
Right. Yeah. So if
He-
you already started the live, and then after your live, then he does the share stream.
yeah,
I'm not
I
sure how
don't
that works.
I don't think they do when it's done like that, but I wouldn't swear to it. I mean, I don't know much about it, but that's just what I figured it was. So you liked that car, did you?
Yeah, it was nice, man. Except, it screwed me up because, like you just said, I've been here 15 years, but and I'm for the most part used. What are you doing, Pablo? I'm used to the sun and everything, but he had the sunroof or the moonroof or whatever you want to call it, and it opened from the front all the way to the back, and I didn't pay attention or anything because that's how he records. He drives and he holds his phone up, So he's like every rental car I get, it has to have a moonroof, and so I'm driving. And then when I got home, like around 5, 6 o'clock, when he dropped me off, I was like, man, I feel like I got like heat exhaustion. And I'm like, but we were in the car most of the time. I'm like, I'm in my work truck all day, and I never feel like this. Like, what the hell? I wasn't even like drinking or anything, and then it clicked. I'm like, oh, because the moonroof was open, so I was in the sun.
You mean you wasn't drinking this? You wasn't drinking and smoking in that fancy car?
Definitely wasn't smoking. But I had my bottle keeper, but I only had like 3 or 4 beers throughout the whole day. So,
well, how did you function without no more beer than that? I mean, that's just not like you, Steve. I mean,
it was tough. It was tough, but I
shut
did.
up! What's up, brother?
There's Big Chad. We were just talking about you too. But Snooks, I did get sunburned a little bit because then after I got home and my face was like beet red.
Well, it's white again now. As near as I can tell.
I'm back to regular old crack of me.
Cracker you. Crackerjack Steve. Steve's a crackerjack. And cracker. Yeah, I know.
Shoot.
Funny thing about it the other night, Steve, was Chap's son was in the chat there for a little while, and then my son came in for a little while. So we had to, it's kind of turned into a family affair. What'd you do?
Oh no, I just got a message, but remember when we were backstage, I brought up Flow State?
Yeah.
I just got a message from my buddy, and he's like, "What is this?" Because I went in and it said Flow State and then join. So I don't know, maybe Flow State sharing our stream. What's up, Flow State? Aloha.
Yeah,
Flow State's cool though. I've been on his panel once.
Happy Father's Day to you too, Chap. So, I forgot to mention Tia at Nana's. Welcome, Tia at Nana's. Bananas, however you say that.
Hey, yeah, Tia Nanas, aloha.
Yeah, see, the thing about when I'm on with Chap keeps me in line better than you do. He won't let me say the things I'm not supposed to say. He'll reach through the camera and punch me in the nose. I'm just joking.
I thought he was the influencer. I thought he influenced you to say things.
Well, if he does, it's in a roundabout way, and I'm too dumb to catch on.
Nah, what's up, Chap? I love Chap, man. Chap's awesome. Nina's only has 2 stickers on her car, or SUV, or whatever you want to call it. And one is Harloha, and the other is Big Chap.
It reminds me, I got to fix something right quick. I just now thought of it. I'll be right back. I got to fix it.
Oh, okay. You know what else? I don't know. Anyone else notice that the number 17 is missing from behind Ronnie? What happened to that 17? Now we got to ask him when he comes back. But also when he comes back, I got a great story. Well, not really a great story, but yeah, it's a great story. pissed me off at the time, but about a contractor I do work for. And originally I wasn't gonna, well, I'm not gonna say his name or dox him or anything, but I wasn't gonna say anything. But after the last voicemail that he left me, that was the final straw. I'm definitely calling this guy out. I'm gonna tell the whole story to the world. Because when you're in your late 60s, early 70s, and you're still playing the victim, you haven't learned a damn thing. Can't play the victim your whole life. Hey, Blue W. Oh, brother.
And my daughter came over and brought my laundry back today, and she moved stuff around and knocked my
There we go.
17 down.
I do. Is that what you were gonna do?
Yep.
Did you hear me like right when you said I'll be right back? As soon as you left, I said, "Wow, how weird is that?" Everyone in chat heard me. I know they did. I said, "What happened to that 17 that used to be behind Ronnie? It's gone." I said, "We'll have to ask him when he comes back." Dude, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Well, there it is.
See, and that wasn't planned or anything. That like that, because I almost asked you about it backstage, but we were talking about other stuff and I forgot. But
I wish you had it. That way I would have put it back up. But I just noticed it when I looked through the camera a while ago and seen it wasn't there. I thought, well, I'll be darned. But I know what happened. My daughter moved it when she brought the laundry in. New Image Landscape and Concrete. Hello there.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Aloha, brother. Welcome. I think, is that who I think it is? I'm gonna go to the channel and see if that's who I think it is.
If it's not, then it's who you think it ain't.
It's who I didn't think it was. But still, aloha and welcome.
Absolutely.
I don't even know how I got that confused though. Yeah, what I was thinking of was a tow truck company. So completely different type of career.
Snook says she has issues with people who don't own what they do, play the victim, or have pity parties.
Oh yeah.
I think most of us do.
Well, that's what else I was saying when you went to get the 17 is when I was like, when Ronnie comes back, I'm gonna call out a contract. Remember the other day I said, remind me to tell the story about the contractor.
Oh yeah, and I forgot it.
So I mean, and this guy, I like this guy and everything. Don't get me wrong. I've been doing work, or he's been giving me work for at least 5 years now. And he always pays as soon as I'm done. He always cuts me a check. I mean, sometimes I got to wait 3 days to cash it, but he's, I think he's got a good heart. But the dude is so stressed out, man, and just constantly like, I don't know, it's almost like he's a crackhead, but he's not. It's just, he's just constantly like, every second of every minute is just the most important thing and everything's going wrong. And it's like, dude, just settle down, man. Why are you so? But the thing is, he's been a contractor for longer than I've been a plumber. I've been a plumber for almost 31 years now. And I think he's going on 35 as a contractor. And all he does is remodels bathrooms and kitchens, right?
And I bet he's filthy rich. Or
Nope.
close to it.
He still lives job to job and lives with his mom.
My goodness.
And but the thing is too, and you figure they'll remodel and he's just a contractor, right? So remodel the bathroom or kitchen, and what he does is he calls me to do the plumbing, calls the electrician to do electrical, and then he's got like a drywall. So he contracts everyone out. But after 35 years, don't you think you'd learn? Like, there's only so much you can learn to remodel a kitchen and bathroom. After 35 years, you pretty much know it all, right? And that way you make more money because you don't have to pay another electrician or whatever, or a plumber to do like the easy stuff that you've learned over 35 years, and you make more money. Nope. He even told me before, he's like, I don't want to know. It's like, why? And that's why he's always stressed out about every job. He's just like, oh, if this goes wrong, it's like, I've installed, I want to say 4, but I'm going to say 3 to 5 bathtubs for him in the 5 years that I've been doing work for him, right? And
what kind of math is that? What kind of math is that? 3, 2, 5?
325.
Yeah, 3 is it like
Oh yeah, 3-2. But so I've done bathtubs for him before, and then like 2 weeks ago, it was remodeled bathroom in a 12-story low rise, and it was a bathtub, and he's like, but you can do the bathtub though, right? I'm like, yeah, you know. He's like, but you know how? And I'm like, is he messing with me or is he being? But he was being serious. I'm like, yeah, you remember the other ones I've done for you? He goes, no, I'm not talking about those, but like this, you know how to do it, right? I'm like, and so then I started messing with him, and I'm just like, you know what, man, I'm kind of nervous about it, dude. I hope I can do it, you know. And then he starts freaking out more. I'm like, dude, I'm messing with you, dude. Like, so, but anyway, so to get to the part where I want to call him out on is the shower valve is a single handle delta shower valve, but on this one, it's got 2 stops on, like, so you got the center part, the shower valve, and then on each side, you know, hot coil, you got 2 little screwdriver stops, because it's a high rise. So if you ever have to work on a shower valve, you don't have to do a building shutdown. You just turn the stops off, right? So when I do jobs like that, I plug the shower head and the tub spout, and then I turn it on, put it under full pressure and make sure there's no leaks. And then I shut them off. And I also put in 2 ball valves. So I shut the ball valves off and I shut the stops off. And then he's calling me one day, and I didn't have my phone on me. I was on a job, and my phone was in the van charging. And he called me like 19 times, just freaking out. Like, dude, can't get the water. The water's not coming on. What you doing? So by the time it was only an hour or hour and a half. By the time I called him back, he had already called me 19 times, called another plumber. The other plumber came out, figured out what it was. And the thing was that he goes, well, I turned the stops on, but I didn't turn them on all the way. Well, why not? You know, like, how is that anyone else's fault? You know, well, if you would have answered your phone and you would have came out and you would have fucking came out here and did that for me, then I wouldn't have had to call another plumber and pay him to come and do it. And I'm like, or you've been doing this for 35 years. Something as basic as that, you should have known how to, you know what I'm saying? But does he say, I don't think I'm going to get any more work from him because he's pissed at me. But how is that my fault?
It's not your fault. It just it sounded to me like he lost it, you know, because he couldn't talk directly to you. You know, Craig's here.
Then he was, hey, Craig the hunter.
Focus, Steve, focus. Craig's here. He'll get all over you if you don't focus. Welcome, Craig.
But he was expecting me to drop what I was doing, and where this job was, it's like in town, so it's not like just down the street. And he was expecting me to drive all the way to town to do that, and then go back to the job I was on, and for free. Like, no, I'm not. It would have taken me like almost 3 hours with drive time and traffic, and but in his head, I'm an asshole. Because I didn't, even if I would answer my phone, like, what do you want me to do? Like,
what exactly was it he did want you to do? I think I missed something.
The stops, the 2 stops. Because I told him too, I'm like, dude, you take a screwdriver. I told him this the day before. He's like, can you come out and turn it back on? And I'm like, no, I'm not driving all the way out there just to turn 2 stops on.
You just turn the water off. Is that what you're saying?
Right. So yeah, so when he turned them on, he didn't open them all the way. He just like took the screwdriver and did like 1 turn when you really have to do like 7 or 8 or 9 turns. So he just did 1 turn but you couldn't figure that out. Like, oh, there's barely any water coming out. Well, yeah, you only turned it once. Maybe if you turned it more water would, like, isn't that like common knowledge?
So he called another plumber to come out there and turn them on.
Yep. I want to find out who that plumber is, because I'll guarantee you that guy was laughing his ass off.
I would imagine so. That's what I was going to say. I bet he made a ton of money and just laughed all the way to the bank.
Oh, I'm sure he charged him at least $200 for a trip charge. And it was like, yeah, dude, this contractor had to pay me $200 or maybe more because he didn't know how to turn on 2 stops.
Well, maybe that's what you got to start specializing in is turning on stops. Charge $200-300 for a trip.
I'm telling, yeah.
Shit. I mean, if they're so lazy, they don't even want to do that, man.
But what blows my mind is, yeah, there you go, James. Never underestimate the ignorance of human being. Because it's 35 years. He's been doing it longer than I've been plumbing, and he doesn't know anything. How? No wonder why he's so stressed out. I'd be stressed out too. Like every job he does is like the first time he ever did it because he doesn't know anything.
Yeah. Well, I just speak for myself, and I was a framing contractor, so it's different than what he's doing. But I still basically knew how to do the concrete, the plumbing, the sheetrock. I knew how to basically the whole house, the shingles, all of it. I mean, I literally knew how to do it all.
Exactly.
And just him just doing, you say just done kitchens and bathrooms or kitchens? Which one was it?
Yep, kitchens and bathrooms. But yeah.
You'd think, I mean, there's not all that much to learn if he's been in business that damn long. I mean, my goodness.
Right. It's almost like, how do you not, like, even if you don't want to learn it, how do you not learn it like subconsciously because you're around it so much? You think that it just, but nope,
you think it just seep in, over time.
Right.
When you want to learn it or not, it'd be there.
Right. Like, and then when he'd be like, oh, and then just do it and be like, oh, I didn't even know how I knew how to do that, but I did. It's like, yeah, because you've been around it for 35 years, but nope, not this guy.
I'd be ashamed to tell anybody I didn't know how to turn a damn screwdriver.
Right. and then I'm tempted to play the voicemail because to me it's, you know what, screw it, I am. I'm not gonna say his name because I'm not gonna dox him like that. And if you're listening, fucker, you know who you are.
So Van,
what's that?
I was saying hello to Van.
Oh, Van, the man with the beautiful beard.
That's him. That is him. And he also has got himself a pond now too, by the way.
Oh, does he?
That's where he washes his beard.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. He does have a pond. At least he did the other night.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so all right. Well, this is kind of a weird. I didn't notice the first part of this voicemail.
Silver girl.
So the first part of the voicemail, he actually says, I owe you a big apology. It wasn't your fault. It was mine. But then at the end of the voicemail, he said, if you would have just leave, or I'll just play it.
Here's the situation. Number one, I owe you a big apology. It was not your fault. It was mine. But remember I called you the other day? I wanted you to come over to put the shut-off valves on. I wanted you to put it on because the last time I did that, I flooded a building. Anyway, I put the shut-offs on, but apparently I didn't open it all the way. I didn't know that. So we figured, okay, then Miguel said he thought that he saw valves in the wall. I said, oh, shit, Steve probably got the valves off. So we opened the wall. The valves were on. It was okay. I'm thinking, what the fucking hell's going on? And you won't answer my fucking call. So I called another plumber. He came over. He says, I see the problem. I said, well, what is it? No water's coming through the pipes, through the valve, nothing. He said, it's going to be the cartridge? He said, no. The shut-off's got to go. You got to open the shut-offs even more. I said, what? So you open it even more. And I said, well, take it easy. The last time that happened, I flooded the building. He says, no, you can open it a little bit more. So you open it all the way. Apparently, there's water now. Now, if you would have just leave the shut-offs on, I wouldn't have had any problems. Bye.
So if I would have left them on, he wouldn't have had a problem.
Well, what would have happened if you left them on? Would you flooded the building?
If I would have left, no, but no plumber leaves them on because they're off. So, I mean, it's possible it could have got flooded because they got to finish the drywall, the tile, stuff can happen. So that's why, I turn them on, test them, put them under full pressure, test them, turn them off for safety reasons. But it's still my fault because if I just would have left them, but I've never left them on. Neither has any other plumber that knows what they're doing leaves them on. So
nice. like Chap
Yep,
says,
exactly. Yep.
it's what little money's left, and I guess it's what he's mad at. Well, what little money was left, he had to pay the other plumber. That's what he
Right.
gets.
Right. Yep. But that's what I was saying a little bit
Oh,
ago. It's like,
Robin,
wouldn't you hey Robin Ward,
Salt Light. Hello, Salt. Welcome, girl.
is if he would just learn the stuff that he's been around for 35 years, he wouldn't have to pay. Like he could do a lot of it himself and then still just pay people to do whatever, but instead he's still paying full price to have everyone do everything.
Yeah,
There you go, big chap. There you go.
explains why he's still broke. Sure
Silver
does.
girl.
Silver girl, silver girl,
Come say hi to
silver
Auntie Silver Girl.
girls in the building.
Come say hi to Auntie Silver Girl. Say hi, Auntie Silver Girl.
Where'd she go?
Pablo's always got to say hi to Auntie Silver Girl when she's here.
He didn't even roof. He didn't even paint. You're supposed to paint, Pablo.
Oh, As If is in here too? As If, what's up, brother? Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I haven't been looking at chat. I was getting all worked up over all that stuff.
I didn't see him either. Welcome, Azil. Good to see you, brother.
But I gotta be honest, I do feel a lot better getting that off my chest.
Oh, me. Well, I guess he felt a lot better getting it off of his, too, because the way he hung up there, he didn't sound none too happy.
Right. If he just would have left them on, I wouldn't have had this. He actually left two other voicemails that I haven't even looked at or listened to yet.
Did you see? Oh, well, I know you didn't. Chap's little pooch, he got her a little release thing. It's got a vest to it. And his next door neighbor, I guess it was, thought it was Special Forces thing.
Special Forces.
Yeah. He thought she was a drug sniffer or something. He was asking, Chap's asking you if she had one of those, or if Pablo had one of those.
Yep,
He
that's what
and
it
she
is.
and it.
Those are the only they're harnesses, but yeah, it's the only kind of, because I won't use a regular dog leash because then when you walk them, it like chokes.
Choke.
Right,
Some of the dogs I had needed choking. That's a darn mean. All the time wanting to drag you down the road. If I'd had a regular vest on one of mine, there's no way I would have had to been running behind him. Because I guarantee you he could pull a dang airplane, a big one.
You know what? If Pablo was a big dog, I get, because he's tough, because he tries to pull and I have to hey. But if he was a big dog, man, I don't think I'd be able to, because he gets so excited and just starts running. So if he was any bigger or stronger, he'd probably be dragging me down the street.
I almost guarantee you he would. Because I'm telling you, you have to be a big, strong guy to stay up with those big, strong dogs. And at that time, I was a pretty good sized guy myself. And I couldn't hold him back. I could for a few seconds, and boom, he'd be gone. Dragging me with him. What's up, D-Dog? Good to see you, brother.
D-Dog.
Done a drive-by. Boy, D-Dog does more drive-bys than anybody I ever seen. Even more than the Crips and the Bloods back in the day.
You could be running out of ammunition pretty soon.
I heard that. And as this is, if they were ants, they would drag a human everywhere. You ain't kidding. They do anyway. If they're big enough. At least that one of mine did. And I'd be trying. I'd like you're saying, I'd choke him when you pull back on the leash. I'd have his front feet come off the ground. He'd still be pulling with his back feet.
Yep. Yeah, I know what you thought. Yep. I can visualize that perfect with they're like trying so hard, their front end's lifting up and their back legs are like.
Mm-hmm. It's like he's taking you out for a walk, not you're taking him out for a walk.
Yeah, for the most part though, Pablo's good. I'll just like give it a little jerk and I'll be like, oh, okay. I'm not in charge. I get it.
If nothing else, just pick him up and carry him. So you was gonna get to walk now, but you ain't.
Well, you know what really messes him up when he thinks that he's in control and walking me. Yeah, I'll show you. Come here, Bubba. So the harness he has, it's got this. We put that because when we open the garage and he doesn't, he'll take off. But it's like 35 feet. But when I take him for a walk and I put it on the front one, so then that way when he does go to do that and it pulls from here, like right away he'll stop and be like, what is this shit, man? But if I put it back here, he'll pull and pull and pull and pull.
Yeah.
As soon as I put it up front, he learns he'll like stay right next to me or behind me.
I know what he's talking about is damn Ronnie has 50. Oh, 50 thumbs up or 50. Well, there was 50 in here.
Yeah,
I guess it's
50
both.
likes.
Oh,
X
wonderful.
Boot. What's up, X Boot?
That's what I say.
How many do I got? Oh, I got 98. No, I'm just kidding.
I was supposed to say there's something wrong, rotten in Denmark. That's not one of them fixed polls, Steve. Rigged votes, whatever you want to say. How you want to say it?
Yeah, rigged polls.
Yep. I guess that is how you would say it.
Oh, Van says general contract is the reason I closed my shop. No shit. We had a good conversation with Van Thursday when we had Denver Metro audits on, because DMA, he's was an electrician also. I was just going over that earlier today. Actually, I just finished one short from that, but yeah, that was a good conversation, Van. Interesting and educational too.
You mean Van actually knew what he was talking about for a change? Golly.
Well, it looked like it, so
He fooled y'all is what he did.
yeah, he was just typing it, so we couldn't hear like the tone of his voice, so it looked like it. He knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, that's what it was. So he wasn't on camera.
No, he didn't come up on panel.
He had somebody else doing it then, that's for sure. Sorry to tell on you, Van, but that's the way it's got to be. We got an honest show here. Are they going to get the place to go bad?
That's like Craig the Hunter, man. He emailed me last week, inviting me on his panel again, and just
you didn't make it.
I was at work, man. I was so upset too. I wanted to go on so bad.
It don't matter. He wanted to say anything anyway. You just got to sit back there like this.
I'm gonna make it up there one of these days, so I can be on and go like this.
It's what he made me do. I think I got 3 words in the whole night, maybe 4. I might have miscounted. It might have been 4. I'm just kidding. Craig's a good corporate guy.
If you don't have $1 million, it's hard to make business work. Yeah, that is very true. Well, it is.
Well, if you're from south of the border, it's not so hard.
It's different in Hawaii too. So, yeah, like if I were to try to start the same thing that I have here in Michigan, I'd have like 1 job a month. It just wouldn't work.
Look, and obviously, look at this. He's on the troublemaker. Right.
I've heard that, Craig.
I have too, Craig, from other people. I think you're spreading the word, ain't you? I'm not a troublemaker. I just get into a lot of trouble for whatever reason. I'm trying to be a good guy, and I get in trouble.
And it just finds you.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. I try to follow the rules, and what I do, I get dinged again. But hey, it's all in the game. It's what's said on TV anyway. It's all in the game.
Oh yeah, EA Sports.
Yeah,
it's in the game.
Yep, it's in the game.
Oh, Snooks. What time is it? Dave should just be wrapping up his. I don't know how many holes is in golf. 19. He should just
I
be
don't
finishing up golf. His
Dave
son,
plays golf on Sundays.
not
What do you
really,
think he's
but
a doctor or something?
when he called me last night, he said his son's taking him golfing for Father's Day. So
I would have said, let's do something I like, not what you like. Dang.
18 holes. Okay, see, I don't golf. I've tried it
I don't
twice, and from what they told me, I guess I'm good, but I do not like golf.
Hey, it
I
took
like
me about
driving the
40.
carts.
It took me 40 swings to hit the ball one time, and then it went that away about 3 foot. I finally had to pick it up and throw it across the pond. There's a little pond there, and I couldn't even think about getting up. I couldn't hit the ball, so let's get it across the pond. That was the last time I went golfing. That was an awful day. All I did was get sunburned.
Right. I like driving the golf carts and the drinking part, but the actual it's
Like a
there you
drink.
go. I'm with bootlicker, man. I got my bowling balls, I got my own shoes, I got my bag, I got everything. Take me bowling all day long.
I'm a hell of a lot better bowler than I am a golfer, but I ain't worth a damn at either one. Just plain and simple.
Ex bootlicker, what's your average? Just by saying that, I'm assuming that you're a bowler. 9 on the front,
Bowler.
9 was on the back, 18. I was close. I was only one off.
I know we used to go out in that pond that I was telling you about, Steve, because guys are bad about hitting balls in there. And I mean, you can go in that pond and find hundreds of balls and clean them up and sell them back to people.
Yep.
For half price
Yeah.
or whatever, and you still make a lot of money. You might have to walk around with a bunch of snakes, but other than that, ain't nothing wrong with it. We
Right.
used to
Yeah.
do
No, it. When my son was like, I don't know, 11, 12, maybe 13, I know a couple of his buddies were talking about that. That's how they made their spending money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'd get enough money to go to the real swimming pool with, and that's where we'd go. Because it cost money back then to go to the swimming pool.
Dang, you had to pay to get in?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was a city park, but they charged. I don't remember now what it was they charged to get in, but anyway, we had to get. There's about 15 guys, between us, so we had to get enough for all of us. It's dang wire.
Ex bootleggers. Well, that was 30 years ago. 164. I think mine was when me and Nino were on a league 3-4 years ago. I think mine was 177. His best game 280. I can't remember my best game. It was like high 280s or I don't know. I want to say 293 for some reason, but I can't remember. That was 30 years ago. And that's what I did, choke too. Yep. But wait, you choked. So 280, that means, you didn't throw a gutter the last ball, did you? Uh-oh. That's really choking.
Well, we got a lot of people watching this on Rumble, Steve, a bunch.
Oh, really? Right on. Sweet. You got to highlight Big Chap's comment, though, real quick. That's too funny. 19 for Steve. He calls it the bonus hole.
You sure that's what you call it?
The bonus hole.
I didn't know you could get a bonus hole. But I guess you can in golf.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just reading that one too, right there. I just got done reading it. That's wow, and 20 years ago, 100K. That's what? That's the other thing about this guy. I always want, like, what does he charge these customers for these remodels,
That's what I ought to start doing. I may be old, but I think I could still walk around and give orders.
Oh, yeah. You definitely could. Especially, because you also have experience, like.
I'd be better than that guy.
It's not just like trying something new and be like, I can figure this out. But you could definitely do what this guy does, and
I could do a
probably
whole
be a
hell of a
lot
lot better.
better at it.
No,
Uh,
definitely. Well, you described him and listened to him. I know damn well I could. But that means you have to get out of bed, and be on the job by 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if I could do that anymore or not.
Says who? I don't.
Well, if you're going to run a crew, you got to.
I'm like, oh shoot, is it 2 in the afternoon already? I guess I got to go to work. Customers waiting on me.
I'll tell you, if I didn't get up to 2, there'd be no work that day. That's all I can say, man. That ain't no way.
My day usually starts around 12, 11, 12, 1 o'clock. But I'm
Just
not,
think of
I know. What's the saying? Or I seen stickers and bumper stickers. I know late, I stay Hawaii time.
Mhm. Just think of the money you could make, though, if you'd up and at by 8 o'clock. Oh, Lord. You'd be rolling dough. You wouldn't
There
have
is
anything to do with all of us.
there is a few times that like specific jobs that, because usually what I'll do is be like, ooh, mornings aren't good for me. Ooh, can't do morning. But then it's like I can only do morning, and then it's like I don't want to lose a job. So but then I'd get up early and I'd be on the job site at like 7:30, and then I'd be done at noon, and I'd be like, shit, what do I do now? Like I got the whole day in front of me. I'm done working.
But what if somebody calls you after that and needs a job done? You could already have that work done that you're going to do to begin with, and then go do the extra work. I mean, it
But
may not
then,
happen once or twice a week, but hey, that's
but at that point though, I'm already off work and excited that I got the whole day ahead of me. So I'd be like, yeah, I'm not available today. I can be there tomorrow.
oh Lord. I'll tell you what, there were some times back when I was contracting that I'd lay out and get drunk, and wake up with such a hangover, man. I feel like somebody's inside my head beating with a sledgehammer. I made
Yep.
myself get up and go to work, but it sure wasn't no fun after taking about a dozen Excedrins or whatever.
Yep. Oh, you know what? Real quick, van life. That not his last comment, but the one about I'd get my general contractors and bid the entire kitchen and bathroom remodel. But out here, I don't know how it is in the rest of America, but in Hawaii, if you have bad credit, you ain't getting a general contractor's license.
Oh, really?
And well, let's just say I don't have good credit. So
It was that way in my day too, Van. I mean, I didn't have to have a general contractor's license because I wasn't a general contractor. I was a framing subcontractor, but I did sub out. I did all kinds of remodels and stuff after I quit framing, and I still didn't have one. I mean, we did patios, kitchens, decks, you name it. We did just about everything. What I really hated was sheetrocking and shingling. Oh, those are two jobs I absolutely hate.
which one? Sheetrocking and what?
And shingling, particularly in the summertime with the asphalt shingles, man, them things
Yeah,
will burn your feet off and your ass too. You know what I mean? You better
and
wear some leather pads. Mm-hmm.
the smell of that shit will make me puke.
Yeah, when it gets hot and starts to melt, and it's got a specific aroma to it that ain't good. That's all I can say. But it will. If you sit down on it, first of all, the asphalt shingles, they got the gravel on them or whatever. And if you sit down on it enough, or kneel down on it enough on your knees, it'll wear your pants out in a hurry, ass and the knees, in no time at all. It's like rubbing them with a file all day long. But back in the day, when I was contracting, we made darn good money. You have to work your ass off at it, of course, but we made really good money back then. And there wasn't all these guys from south of the border stealing our work. I mean, what we were building for then, which was, I think, if I remember correctly, I think it was $1.25 a foot per square foot. I bet these guys ain't charging much more than that now. The south of the border people, I mean. I bet they're not charging much more than that right now.
Probably. Yeah.
And we couldn't. I mean, I couldn't even make a living on it. I couldn't make enough to hire the crew. I mean, to pay the crew. So I wouldn't have a crew. I'd do it all by my damn self, and I ain't no way I'd even attempt that. Jay, yes,
Hey,
sir.
what's
What's
up,
going
Josh?
on? Yeah, what's going on?
Hello, brother. But yeah, and Snooks, that reminds me, I don't know what I worked with when I was out of Wyandotte, Michigan. I worked for Phil's Plumbing. This was like 20 something years ago. And there was a female plumber there, and she was still kind of new. She only had like 2 years experience, but we never had a problem. I mean, I showed up to a couple of her jobs to help her out because she was still kind of learning. And yeah, we never had a problem with, because her work was still good, you know, and
Well,
everyone's got to start somewhere.
I hired one girl in my whole life as a framing carpenter, and I told her, when I hired her, that we all work together to keep from getting hurt. If she needed any help with anything, she looked at it like, well, I'm a woman, I can do anything. I don't want a man's help. It don't matter if you want the help or not. If you're over trying to lift the wall by yourself and nail it down, you just can't do it. I mean, you have to have 4 hands. And so I saw her lifting one up one day. Now, it wasn't a big wall, she could lift it, but she couldn't nail it down and get it to where it's stand up by itself.
Right.
And so I don't remember if I went over and nailed it down for her or if I had somebody do it. But she got madder than hell and quit right there on the spot because I had somebody to help her. I said, we're going down the road then. You the one looking for a job, not me.
And she had to have known she needed, it's like one of those things
Well,
where
she did know she needed help, but it's
got
like,
nothing to do with you being a woman or a man.
It wouldn't have mattered if it was me. I'd have needed help.
Exactly. So yeah, it's like you have to have 4 hands and you only have 2. Hey, Cola. Aloha.
What's up, Cola? Good to see you, Cola. Yeah, not only do you have to have 4 hands, your legs would have to be about 6 foot long a piece because you got to be able to reach around, and everything, and nail down one side and then reach around and nail the other side. There just ain't no way.
I like those reach arounds. Oh,
That's
you're
what
talking.
That's what I've heard. I didn't know what the hell that was first time you mentioned that. That was that night when
oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, the
Raw Dog came up.
I forgot all about that. No shit. Man, how long ago was that? Remember? I honestly think I lost a few subscribers.
I know I did.
From the Raw Dog stuff, but whatever. I don't care because it's still funny to me.
Oh, it was
Raw
funny.
Dog.
We were talking about so much that in a normal conversation it would have been crude,
Right.
But the way we were talking about it was in fun. And what surprised me was Travis Joe getting all carried away with me. He sounded like he was some kind of teenage girl, that was offended by all that talk.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. I should go back. I'm gonna go back and watch some of those videos.
Well, they're gone now. I don't got the channel no more.
Oh, there was no stream sharing then, was there?
I was just on YouTube that night.
Yeah,
that's back when I had this. All I had was I think when you get basic StreamYard, you get 3 a month or whatever it is.
Yeah, you only get so much. Hey, Jack Hunter, good to see you, brother. Aloha. But yeah, the free version, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah. And I think I'd already used mine up. If not, I was saving whatever.
Look at Jack coming here trying to be a troll. Biden 2024.
You notice I didn't put that up there, didn't you?
It is funny though.
That night was hilarious to me, particularly Travis Joe. I mean, boy, but you did say you told one joke there, and I can't remember it at all, but it had me laughing my ass off. See, what was something about dragon breath or something?
Dragon. I don't remember.
Well, you have to do a certain thing to get that dragon breath. I ain't gonna say
Oh,
what that is. I ain't gonna say
okay.
what that is. But
Kind
I
of
know
like Kid
you.
Rock's song. Spent the night at Sally's house. Woke up with cotton mouth.
You should stay somewhere else, I guess. Oh, Richard, welcome, brother. Good to see you.
Richard Prize. But you know, like going back to Jack Hunter's comment there, you know, that's if you want to make like a short video, a shorts, and have it go viral, that's all you gotta do. But you gotta pretend to be dead serious and just do a short of you and be like, "Your only hope, Joe Biden. We all have to get together and vote for Joe." Guarantee you that go viral. People be
Well,
laughing at it, but
I wouldn't have any subscribers either. They'd all leave. Be back by myself again.
like who said it? I just read it. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, yep. You gotta be a corpse. Or can a corpse be president? Yep, corpse is in the White House right now.
He's been there a while too.
That one video, the most recent, where he like stopped and like kind of leaned forward, squatted a little bit, like he was taking a shit. But then someone said he like maybe thought there was a chair there, so he was getting ready to sit down, which makes sense. But it's more fun to think that he's shitting himself. So
I mean, I'm gonna see what they said. Hulk played his surgery. It's just I don't think it's very long. It's on Twitter, so it can't be very long. 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
Got 3 baby mamas in my shot, 34 felonies. Does that make him the first black president? Let's ask the streets. Like hell no, let him out the cell, y'all. Y'all voting for the pedal, I'm voting for the outlaw. Both get so built back better. Never seen anyone with that hat on. You know it's Pride Month, got my red, white, and blue on. Now the Stormy Daniels get to keep the hush money, even though she didn't hush up. Did Bill Clinton get Monica Lewinsky cash to shut the They don't want Trump, they want all of us. Rig the system right in front of us. Better than I'm straight fucking us. Wake Sleepy Joe the fuck up. I'd rather vote for a nigga with 34 felonies than one that shot with his daughter. Letting Wheezy weed the next DP. Keep the Trump train rolling.
No justice, no peace. It's a MAGA party. No justice, no peace. It's a MAGA party. Ain't worried about 34, cause I'm repping 47. Democrats losing their mind, cause we going for a felon. Now look what you done started.
Trying to indict my president.
Now look what you done started.
Rigged them both, he still gon' win.
Now look what you done started.
If he's in the cell, we'll write him in.
Now look what you done started.
Donald Trump's my president. Not BLM is in the building. You know Biden loves minors. Name one thing Biden's done for y'all, but set this country on fire. Then lied to us black people. Pushing propaganda saying Trump is evil. Say George Floyd's a legend. Nah, Donald Trump is my family.
It's time to hold DC accountable for what they did to our country. Stand up and fight. Fight for your right. Gotta stand up and fight for your right. America's fed up. It's time to do what's right. Vote Trump. No justice, no peace. It's a MAGA party. No justice, no peace. It's a MAGA party. Ain't worried about 34, cause I'm repping 47. Democrats losing their mind, cause we going for a felon. Now look what you done started.
Trying to indict my president.
Now look what you done started.
Rigged them both, he still gon' win.
Now look what you done started.
If he's in the cell, we'll write him in.
Now look what you done started.
Donald Trump's my president.
He's everybody's president, whether you know it or not. But you know that one guy there.
That's Forgiato Blow. I
Yeah.
remember that dude.
Yeah, he was on Paint the Trump way back in the 2017, 18. That's when I
Really,
first started seeing. Yeah, what is
So
a guy?
Jeff from Paint the Trump, he was
Yeah.
on that. Forgiato Blow. Oh, sweet, cool for Jeff.
He
right
sure
on.
was. He's on there all the time, almost every time I watched it.
I don't remember that, but
On there several times anyway.
I was
Not
gonna
every
say I'm offended. That guy just called Trump the N-word.
Ah,
I'm
shame.
offended. He
Absolutely.
said, I'd rather vote for with 34.
They done a damn good job. You got to give them credit for that.
Yeah, no, it was a good, catchy tune. Oh,
And that one guy that was there, he's at every Trump, that black dude, the one that a lot of people say is the rapper that got killed. What the hell's his name? Supposedly got killed. He's the one that they say is him. I know his name. I can't think of it.
what, like a long time ago that supposedly
yeah.
got killed?
Yeah, a
Like
long time.
Tupac?
Yeah,
Tupac?
Tupac Shakur. That's him.
Okay.
That's who they say that is. I'm not saying that. That's who a lot of people think it is.
I didn't even. I'm gonna have to go back and watch again. I didn't even pay attention to the.
Hello, Shangy girl. Shangy girl. Shangy girl.
No, maybe if Tupac had a son, but Tupac would be old right now.
Well, maybe they had some age regression. Who knows? I don't know.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Tupac and Biggie were still both alive. They just did the fake a death thing.
Oh yeah, I hear you. Hello, Awakened Trillium.
Hey, Waking Trillium, aloha.
What have you seen there? There's one Trump. I say one because I think there's more of him than one. I think there's several different actors plays Trump, but the one looks tremendously young. You know, while he still looks like Trump, but you can tell he's way younger than the real Trump. So how that works, I mean, I don't know, but other than there's impersonators.
Dude, you know what you just reminded me of, Rod? Oh, dude. Just
What?
a week ago, have you seen what's his name? Trump's son?
Oh, Byron?
Dude, that guy is like 10 feet tall, man. What the hell?
And like his daddy was a giant, huh? I don't know.
Dude, when I seen that, well, maybe 2 weeks ago, but I remember him when Trump got elected in 2016, and he was just that little kid falling asleep while he was giving a speech. And then I seen this thing a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, that guy's like 7 feet, or I think he's like 6'7" or something, but really tall.
Yeah, I think the last time, when Trump mentioned his height, he said he was either 6'7" or 6'8". He didn't even know. I think what he was saying was the last time they measured him, he was 6'7", but he might have grown an inch since then. You know, which at that time hadn't been very long. This has been about a year ago, by the way. Yeah, he's tall. It makes you wonder who the real daddy is. And I'm not saying Trump ain't, but you know, something don't fit there is all I'm saying.
If there's
LSP.
time traveling, if there's LSP, aloha, brother.
Happy Father's Day to you too, LSP.
Yeah, you too, brother. But if time traveling was involved, you know, maybe it was still Trump, but from a different time, you know, or a different parallel universe.
Well, I just know stuff that I've shown on my channel, you know, about the time travel. They say that the Navy has got 3 of them at least of the time travel.
Really?
I don't know how true that is. I'm just saying that's what.
I believe it. I don't know if it's because I want to believe it but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a lot of people know a lot of stuff that they couldn't know if there's not. I mean, like Q, I mean, he's named so many things back in 2017, 18, whatever, that happened 6 months or a year later.
Right.
Like the death of Rush Limbaugh. Right on the nose, got it right on the nose. But I have some stuff on Rush Limbaugh to show too. Who do you think Rush Limbaugh was in real life?
Who he was in real life?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anybody in chat know who Rush Limbaugh truly was? Before I spill the beans here. I'm trying to think of his name now. Anyway, he was the lead singer for the Doors.
What?
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison. Really?
Yep.
What's up, Salty Explorer? Aloha.
Hey, Salty.
I never heard that. Is it true or is that just?
Well, I got some pictures of them side by side. I got to download them, which I hadn't done yet. But they're side by side, and this is with Jim Morrison as a young guy, and Rush as an older man. But you put a wig on Rush, and I guarantee you, he looks a dead ringer.
No shit.
I kid you not.
I would have never guessed that if there was $10 million on the table. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Well, you know, it's I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying it's very possible the way things are going today, looking today, and
right.
they're dead ringers. So, and by the way, I don't think Rush actually passed away. Hello, William Tyre. Good to see you, brother.
And that is true. You got to be 40 years old to be president, right?
Do what now?
Like Williams Tier said that you got to be 40 years old to be president.
I think it's 35.
Oh, is it 35?
I think so.
Damn. Why aren't there more younger freaking presidents? Why is there Joe Biden? It's like, you're too old, man. You need to, you know.
Well, I done told you a million times. If I say it too many times, YouTube will catch on to what I'm saying.
Right. Let's see. There was another one I seen. Shit. How do I find it? I'll see if I can find it. But like before when Biden looked like he was shitting himself, but they say it was because he thought a chair was there or whatever, which makes sense. But before that, there was another one where he gave I think it was on Juneteenth, where he gave that speech. And it's like, what are you even saying, dude? He's like, Americans good. It's like, what? Come again?
He may very well be, Steve-O. You never know. He may be.
Buddy Holly.
No, Biden is that little puppet thing that comedian uses. That's who he is. You know what I'm talking about, don't you, Steve?
The what?
Biden's that little puppet thing. You know what that guy uses? He's a comedian. Can't think of his name now.
Oh, Jeff Dunning.
Yeah, Jeff Dunning.
Yep.
But he looks just like Joe Biden. Looks exactly like him.
Dude, did you see? Actually, I'm going to share this. Actually, on Indies on Friday night, she played a clip of this from Jimmy Dore's show. But
Jeff Trump's the only one who's going to understand what he's saying.
Jimmy Dore made a good point on this. Like, what is going on? Because watch. Here, let me mute it so you don't. Yeah. So this is music playing, but is he not like a wax figure? Like he's like frozen. Everyone is just moving and dancing.
It's like a cutout, don't it?
And then and then what is this thing in a dress?
No, he moved his head. He moved his head. I bet that was a chore. Somebody's got their hand up his neck moving his head, I guarantee.
That's what it looks like, right? Like someone's got, he just has no idea what's going on.
And that's the man that got most votes in history now. Don't ever forget that. The most votes in history.
She knows so long as she denied.
She knows
can never be secured. Her decades-long march brought her here to the White House when she stood by my side as I signed the Juneteenth federal holiday.
She knows such no hard stance here. What? The hell are you talking about? But there's more to it, but I don't want to get you any copyrights or any of that shit.
That's
But-
our president. I never worry about copyrights myself, but you know,
The most votes. Mm-hmm.
he got more than President Trump did in both elections. You know, I mean, he must have had Russia, China, Vietnam, Canada, England, everybody voting for him.
And
Get
then
as many
all the
votes as he got.
people from the graveyards.
Oh yes, absolutely them.
Like Big Jeff said, what the is that thing in a drug? That's what I was saying. And that's what they're trying to make normal. Hey, Hope Rising. Aloha, good to see you. How you been? Good to see you, Hope.
Yeah, it's been a long time since seen Hope. Welcome, Hope.
Hope,
Welcome,
how is David doing? I haven't seen David around in a while. Me and Nina were just talking about him the other day. Like, what's up with David? I hope he's all right.
I just resubbed to him the other day. I'd forgotten all about, you know, if I don't see somebody, then I forget. But I did resub.
I was gonna say, I wonder if I got unsubbed because you know how YouTube likes to do that.
We're wonderful, Hope. Just wonderful. Well, I am. Steve's a hopeless case. You know.
Yep.
At least that's what Craig says.
Yep. Let's see. No, I'm still subscribed. Okay. Oh yeah, it's been 3 months since he's done a live stream.
Okay. Hang on. Here we go. Thank you, chap. This is a little bit of Rush and Jim. I got more though. Pictures to show. No, I got to make it big. If I can make it bigger than that. I'm trying to find a place to make it bigger. I don't see a place we can make it bigger. I think you got it. Well, I'm gonna play it right quick. If it ain't too long, that is.
Watch what steak does to your gut.
The carnivore diet. Why do people lose weight so rapidly?
Don't you think that looks like him?
It does. I never. Wow, that's crazy.
Same grin.
Wow, it makes you wonder if like what he's like. All right, I made my money and I'm done with rock and roll. I'm gonna.
That's exactly. Well, I'll tell you a little story about here in a minute. Let me stop it real quick. His dad was in the military, and well, his dad was doing a lot of things in the military. I think he was an admiral in the Navy, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, to say he was an admiral, he was following orders that Rush didn't think he should follow. If you get my drift. And this is during the Vietnam War and everything. And Rush Jim wholeheartedly disagreed with it. And so he kind of just stepped out away from his dad. And there's a big story about it too. I hadn't got the story, but there's a big story about the whole thing. You know, what happened between him and his dad. But now I'm finished playing the video. It's amazing what a little age will do for you, ain't it?
Yeah, that's crazy. I would have never even guessed. Yeah, wow.
I know it's amazing. You know, when you go to, I'm not ever looking for these things when I find them. I'm looking for something else, but I happen to stumble across them. Sometimes I am looking for them. Most times I'm not. And but the pictures I've got, and I'm trying to decide whether I want to download them or not. But I probably won't after that. But I mean, I don't know what else you could want. to as proof, other than them to come up and say, "Yep, I'm him," and "Yep, he was me." Shit, but a lot of people don't want that.
Okay. Oh, hey, hello. How you doing? Look at that tall drink of water.
I had to mess with you there a little bit, Steve. Make sure you wasn't mesmerized.
No, I know I probably did look like I just gifted a couple memberships, and the funny thing is Dave's Not Here Man was gifted one.
Oh, was he? Serves you right, Dave.
Oh, and then Travis Joe was gifted one. Oh, Travis. Where is Travis?
I don't know. That's a good question. Where is Travis Joe? We don't
Oh,
know.
and remember, I think it was you and me. We talked about this before about like when you gift a membership, and then but you can't pick who gets it, or like they can't pick if they. It used to be that way. If you hit it first, you would get it, but now it's just random. And then gifting one to yourself. Well, there's a stand-up comedian that I've been following for years and years, Zoltan. Hilarious dude. And he had a premiere of his latest stand-up. And so I gifted a membership. Just gifted it, right? Guess who got it?
Who?
Me. I was like, there's no way, dude. I gift the membership.
How did you get it? I thought you couldn't get it.
I didn't either. But yeah, I gifted that's the first time it ever happened.
Well, you ought to give it back.
Right, I know it's like I should have just became a member, but I gifted it, and I was like, okay, here you go, you can have it.
Well, what do you got to have you got to be monetized to do that, right? Or do you?
For membership, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll never have it
to become a member, but yeah, for your channel to become.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
Which means I'll never have it. I'll never be able to get a what do you call those when people give you money through here? Damn. Like somebody was to donate $20 to you now, but
super chat.
Super chat, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I wouldn't mind having that because if somebody's really wanting to ask a question, and wanting a question answered, then if I were to know the answer, they could do that, and it definitely gets your attention.
Yeah, it lights up and then or highlights it. And plus, like a lot of people like say stuff like, well, don't do super chat because YouTube keeps, 40% of it or 35%, da da da. But if you're trying to grow your channel, it's still good because the super chats, they do get anywhere from 30 to 40% of it, but it boosts the algorithm at the same time. So.
Well, either way, my algorithm won't get boosted, I don't guess. That's why I like for everybody to hit the like button, because that helps the algorithm too.
Yep, the like, and then even the chat. If the chat's barely moving and people aren't really saying much stuff in the chat,
like now,
the algorithm isn't picking up on it. But if the chat's flying, then the algorithm's like, oh, something's going on in here.
Is that when they start checking you out? So, this guy's talking about stuff we don't want to be talking about.
Possibly. The algorithm's like, ding, 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 ding. This chat's going too fast. They're talking about something they're not supposed to be.
Yeah. Get another bot over here. Bring me 2 or 3 more bots. We got to watch this guy with a bunch of eyes. I wonder how many eyes a regular bot has got.
I would say 7.
7 eyes. That's about right.
And Bootlicker's right too. Everyone that got a gift are good people there. Firm Audits, Dub Wubs. He's a new subscriber actually, so that's cool. He got one. Tigs NZ or Tags NZ.
I don't guess I got one yet, did I? I knew it.
Nope.
I'll never get one. I'll never get it. I think Steve's got it fixed in there where I can't get one.
I wish there was a way that I could. I wish there was a way I could like, well, not fix it, but like a way to Because the weird thing is too is originally I thought that if it gifted it to random people that you would have to be in the chat, you know.
That's what I thought.
But it just as long as you're subscribed, because I got just like a month ago, because just yesterday I got the email saying that my membership is about to run out, and it's for a channel that I subbed to like in 2018 or 2019, one of the ones that I didn't even know I was subbed to anymore, but I got gifted a membership for them, and I still haven't even watched their channel.
That ain't fair. You need to go watch them. At least turn it on there for a second and turn back off if you want to. I mean,
right,
come on, Steve, what's wrong with you?
But it's stuff I was like interested in 5-6 years ago, but it's
grow that now.
But I wish there was a way to where I could like, you know, like just out of 2,800 subscribers, be like, okay, take these top 100 that are usually always here, and then if anything's gifted, it'll go to one of these guys.
Yeah. What's the point in giving somebody ain't ever here? They ain't gonna know they got one. So keep hitting that button. Keep hitting that button until all of us that watch get one.
Yeah. What he said.
You're the man. You're the man with the button. Hit the button, Steve. Go away some more. Come on. Come on.
I can't. I don't have any more. I would, but
or they give you so many.
Yeah.
Oh.
You get so many a month, and I think it restocks, or I get my so many again.
And they ain't gave me a damn one. Not a damn one. Not one, Steve.
I think it's Saturday. Yeah, and Saturday.
You know what I did get though? I finally got my community tab on my lesser channel. Finally.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't believe it the other day I was looking, and it said community tab. I said, what? Did I read that wrong? So I had to read it 2 or 3 times.
I thought the new thing was that you get one automatically, but
well, not with me. I know that.
They're punishing you. They're making you wait.
I don't doubt that a damn bit. But it's like chaps in here, at least he was. We were talking about this other night, where when you go to appeal and you hit that button, that's it. You don't get to say anything. You hit the button,
listening.
it's done.
I was listening when you guys were talking about that, because it's and I don't know why it's like I was saying backstage about that survey thing I took, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be honest, but I don't know why they do that now. Like, they don't even give you a chance. Like, it's just they're appealing. Well, why? They don't care. They don't even give you a chance to tell you why.
That's
right.
I
was listening when Chap said that, because I was like, yeah, that's so messed up how they do that.
Well, that's where it's been on the last 2 I've appealed. There's no point. There never was really a point in me appealing, and there sure enough ain't now. I mean, I don't think that anyone looks at it the second time. I think they said, no, we don't like this guy. And then that's it.
All right. Well, because I had 2. Technically, I had 2, but the first one I appealed it, and that was when you could leave a comment on why you're appealing it, and I kind of went off on them.
Oh, and so did I.
Next day, my channel was back up, and they took the strike away, and I was like, oh, sweet. And then like 3 days later, they gave me another one for a different video, and I'm like, I did the same thing, and they were like, nice try, not gonna work.
Same with me. The first one, they overlooked it and took it away and gave me back my channel. But the second, ever since then, they have not done it. And therefore, I've had 75 channels now, it seems like.
Right. But to make it even worse, you can't even explain yourself.
No, it's
bullshit.
It's like a kangaroo court without the kangaroo.
Right. Mm-hmm. But that, and the like I was saying too backstage, is their guidelines are changing. So and that's literally what I left in my comment for that survey. I was like, every time I take the time to learn the guidelines, because I don't want to break the guidelines. And I finally learn them. They're different, and I break them anyway. So it's like you change them too much, I can't keep up.
Well, what they're trying to do, I can guarantee, is get guys like me off once and Hawk off once and for all, because they're getting it to where you can't say or do anything or show anything that they don't agree with. They'll keep making those guidelines until they get us all. I guarantee you. And you won't even be able to. If you get back on and do a half a show, they'll take you off. That's
Yep.
why I got Rumble. That's exactly why I got Rumble. So if and when they do that, I'll just hop right over Rumble.
All right. Now,
Good.
Brew W says Baron 6'9". I seen 6'7", 6'8", and now Brew W says 6'9".
Oh, I believe it. Like I said, it's been a year or two ago when Trump said that about him being. He said then he was 6'7" or 6'8". So he wasn't even sure how tall he was at the point.
Man, that's
Never tall.
crazy.
Yeah, it is. Kid
'Cause
can make
I'm
a hell of
6
a basketball.
If I stand up straight and don't hunch over like I always do, I'm almost 6'2", like basically 6'2". So 6'9".
Make
Damn.
you look like a midget.
Yeah, right? There's not many people that I meet that I have to, look up at.
Yeah, me either. But I have
Except
met
the
a
one
few.
guy. Actually, the one guy that I told you about, my neighbor that used to live across the street, and I used to have the parties, and there was a one dude that was telling me about the C-19 thing before it even happened, and he's like, yeah, they're going to try to start making everyone wear masks and stuff. I'm like, and he was drunk, and he's like, I probably shouldn't be telling you this. But that dude, he was like 7 foot. Because I remember, I'm like, really? Like, he was really tall.
Yeah, there's, something like somebody said a while ago, some of them never stop growing, and that's true. It's because of their thyroid gland. Something's wrong with it. I think it's called giantism, and they always wind up, at least most of them wind up dying at an early age.
Yep, I was gonna say early age because yeah. But
So I'm glad
that giant stuff, man. I just recently I've seen a few different videos. That's really interesting. Like back in the day, people used to be a lot like 3 times bigger.
Oh yeah. Well, I tell you what. Look at some of those videos on YouTube. Let me think what it's called here now. Mud Fossil University. Check out some of those. Mud Fossil University. And I don't doubt it at all, because when you look at some of these mountains, it looks like a person just laid down and went to sleep. It's a perfect outline of a person. I mean, face, arms, everything. In a lot of cases. There's one, I forgot now where he said it was at, but it's of a woman, and it looks like she's pregnant. I mean, she's solid rock, but it looks like she's pregnant, So they done an x-ray of her, or a sonogram, whichever one it was. Anyway, the rock had a baby inside it.
Really?
Shit. Mm-hmm.
Dude, they just put one out 2 hours ago.
Did they? I hadn't watched them in a long time, man.
Oh, this one's the one they just put out. It's just he's just standing in front of a computer, all scientific shit. But
yeah, he does that a lot. But he's got a lot of good videos on there too.
That's crazy to yeah. How did that? I want to find that one now because that's interesting.
There's one of a woman's, her from her chest down. It's the backside. And she's bent over, and again, this is solid rock, but it looks like, the anus and the vagina, they're perfectly formed, and people walking up inside of both of them. I mean, it's so big, it's a cave, is what it looks like, but you can tell that it's an anus and a vagina. You can tell it's what it is, and a butt. I mean, you can see the butt and everything. It's amazing. Crazy. It is.
Just walk right up in there.
Yeah. And even the inside, your intestines, they're kind of made in little swirls, kind of, because it pushes the crap along. It was that same way up inside there, the circle stuff, all the way around up there. My goodness, boy! If they fake this, they got it down to the T. But no, I mean, and it's not just people. There's rocks of humans. I mean, of elephants, tigers, bears,
Yep.
everything. But the Bible says at one time, these people were so tall that they literally reached the clouds. They called it L's back then. I forgot how many L's it was, but it was a lot of L's. I can tell you that. I think an L is from your wrist to your elbow. It's how normal man's wrist to elbow. So, but like I said, there was a lot of L's, ELS's. It's amazing. I guarantee. Go look at some of them videos. You'll see what I'm saying. And it ain't just him. I mean, there's a lot of people have those videos. But that's where I got started looking at them. Was through Mud Fossil University.
Oh, is it? I don't know what this is I'm looking at right here, but
put it on the screen. Oh, there it is. Okay.
It looks like a big hole.
That may be what I was talking about. Yeah, see up inside there? That's the vagina, I think.
That's crazy.
Looks like a vagina to me. Don't it look like a vagina to you? I mean, really.
Yeah. No, it definitely.
I'm not trying to be gross or anything. I'm just saying it does. I mean, the lips and everything there. You can see it all. I mean, you think you can satisfy that woman, Steve?
I was going to say, talk about the old saying, like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
We're showing one right now, Cheryl. I'm trying to anyway.
Oh, here you go, vaginal folds. I don't know. Should I turn the volume on, or I don't want to?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's just what it is. And what'll happen is they'll get different color variations as you go up because of the way they the blood and so forth settles. Okay, does this look familiar? You've been here before. We all have. This is the birth process. All right, you start off in the ovaries and your little balls of cells. And as you divide and move down the fallopian tube into the uterus, the cells begin to continue to progress, and then it attaches to the uterine wall and becomes a fetus. And the placenta and so forth, and umbilical cord begins to attach and all that business. Now, what I want you to take away from this is the structure. You see these little fluty, little feathery things, and they suck the egg in. And then it starts to move through this type of and you see this structure here, and it comes around the other side. There's both of the ovaries. Now, so you have a big red mass in the center, and they attach up here, and then this is your uterus. Now, I'm going to show you some things that pertain to this. Okay, this is fascia, and it's a web of these tiny little fibers that completely cover every single organ and tissue. I mean, every fiber, every tendon, every muscle, every cell touches this web of fascia. It's called the myofascia system. And it was always thought it was.
All right, that sounds like something I'd have to start from the beginning. Because he's
what I like is just looking at the rock formations. But believe me, I mean, he showed that they look just like a vagina. There's like a guy kissing his wife goodbye, girlfriend goodbye, whatever. Giant. I mean, these things are high as a mountain, and they're kissing each other goodbye. You know, things of that nature. Gigantic elephants. You name it. I mean, it's. Oh, the one right next. Go back, Steve. Let's see which. Right, the next one. Over to your right there.
This one.
I don't know if yeah.
All right. Before I go into the Colossus, I want to explain that this is a lot. Additionally, this is an identification video. How to identify mud fossils and to look for the different colors.
I thought he was going to show that picture
and so forth. And as you can see here,
Oh yeah, the
guy with the beard.
right. That's why I've clicked on a lot already before I shared or before I did the present thing. But
Looks like somebody's lips.
most of the ones that I did click on, it never showed what the thumbnail was.
Yeah, that guy there, the big guy that I thought was he's going to show the picture of. Everybody thought he was just a statue, for years and years. I forgot now how they said they found out that it was a real living, breathing person. But somehow they found it out. That guy right there with the big old beard and everything.
Right, yeah, because that's what I was thinking. It was just a statue, but no shit. So they found out that it wasn't a statue. It's just like a
Yeah, according to him, according to that guy there. But I mean, they're
yeah.
literally.
But the real question is the Earth flat or round?
Well, after they got through pounding on them big old feet, it may be flatter than a flip.
Yeah, see, you never know, man. Stomping on a pizza.
The joints from your finger, dip hand to your elbow, double.
I love that whole flat round argument because one, I can see both sides, and two, I could care less what it is. Length of the joints from your fingertip, hand to your elbow, double in length. Huh?
I'm not sure I'm getting what you're saying there, chessboard.
Joints.
Oh, you mean from birth to I don't know what you're saying. I'm lost.
From your fingertip, hand to your elbow, double in length. Yeah, I'm not getting that.
Me either. Hello, Norma White. Welcome. Roger has had some rocks DNA test and they can back you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, where they got the DNA in them. Exactly. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of that, and I mean, man, I was really into those giant. I mean, they're laying down. One woman is, and who appeared to be a beautiful woman when she's alive. I don't know what could have happened to make these people rocks, and it's like it just happened just like that, because those two statues are standing there kissing each other goodbye, and they're still standing there after all these years. That's why he calls it mud fossil view, because it was some kind of he thinks some kind of a mud flood that happened, and just boom, they were just frozen right there. But they say that that those giants are the mountains, or what made the mountains of the earth. I don't know. I'm just saying what he says.
No, I've seen ones like that too, where it's the and then the whole argument on it was, because the human brain automatically tries, like when you look at clouds and you see things, but it's like, I don't know, man, that really looks like a person.
Yes. Yeah. I think people out there climbing all over them, and everything. It'd be one thing if it was just one or two, if they'd found on the earth, but there's hundreds, if not thousands of them that look identical to people today, except they're rock now. Going to your finger, hand, wrist to elbow, double in length. Oh, you're talking about it over time, like from the time you're born to the time you die? Yeah, I know mine's a heck of a lot longer than it was when I was a baby.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say. They say that there's a giant still alive in Solomon Islands.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Are mountains actually dead giants?
That's what I was just saying. That's what he says they were, and I don't doubt it none. These fossils are fresh frozen while eating another fish. It's akin to Lot's wife. Yeah, I agree, chap. Thoroughly agree. That's what I'm saying. There's just, and the problem is that so many people dismiss it out of hand. The big universities and things that they won't even look at it. Well, when you won't look at something, that more or less gives it away, as far as I'm concerned. That's something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always believe that I'm open-minded because even if I don't believe something, I'll still check it out because you gotta be open-minded, right?
Yeah,
I learned a lot of things because I disagreed, and then when I checked it out, I was like, oh, you know what? Never looked at it that way.
that's right. And but with these mud fossil things, whatever you want to call them, I mean, I don't know how a person could look at so many of them and not agree that there had to be tremendous sized giants on the earth at some point in time.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's
Turned into mountains. It is known that when fallen angels mate with humans, they end up producing offspring that in the Bible are referred to as the Nephilims. These creatures are a powerful group of people that are said to bear insane strength and are huge in size. However, somewhere in the history of humanity, they all just vanished. Now, this might sound crazy, but there is a theory that it was during the flood of Noah where the majority of the Nephilims were petrified, and their bodies eventually became the mountains that we see today. Over the course of history, there are references to this, like in the 1948 speech given by Abraham Lincoln, talking about a species of extinct giants whose bones fill the mountains of America, or that hikers who hiked up mountains and caves say it resembles a giant human shape. So, is this proof that the bodies of the Nephilims?
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I don't know whether those are the Nephilim or not. I don't know. If you ask me, it would almost have to be the fallen angels themselves to be that darn big. I mean, the Nephilim, part human and part angel. At least the way I understand it.
Well, that's
So-
like the main one that sticks out of my head every time is the I think we talked to Steve Cutler. Hello, brother.
There he
We
is.
talked about this before, the story about that
Hello, Steve.
giant in the military, and oh man, I can't remember the story now, but I know we've talked about it before on a stream. But
In
like
the
the giant
military?
came out of the side of the mountain, and then they like
Oh, yeah.
speared,
That was in
and then they
Afghanistan.
yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, they sent out they sent out a patrol, and they didn't come back, and they didn't know what the hell happened to them, so they sent out another patrol to find them. Well, this patrol, they kept coming up on pieces of their uniforms and radios or whatever. And when they came to this cave, well, that big ass giant came out, and he had a big old spear with him, and he chunked that spear and hit one of the soldiers dead in the chest with it somewhere, in here, and just picked him up, like he's on the end of, like he's a shish kebab.
Right.
And the other ones started shooting at his head. They were shooting at, his chest and everything. He said, "No, shoot at his head." So when they went to doing that, well, they finally got him. But yeah, that supposedly really and truly happened. Myself, I believe it did. I've seen too much stuff on it.
I do believe that story too, for sure.
Could be Miss Minor. I believe what it is. Yeah. I believe the reason that people go missing everywhere is because of those underground tunnels. And somehow they got a way to get up to the top side to snag you.
Yeah, and like Brew W said too, the hybrids. All the hybrids.
Yep.
I don't know. I think I believe all of that shit just because one, it wouldn't surprise me, and then two, if it turns out to be true and it like happens or like comes to light to everyone, I won't be like freaked out like everyone else will be, It's like, oh yeah, you didn't see that coming? Shit.
Oh, I got you, chessboard. I just didn't understand what you said a while ago. I got you. I think.
One of your hands is half the length of bone from wrist to the elbow of the bone, and tip of fingers half the length of. Oh, okay. I do got you now. I didn't before, but now I do.
Yeah, I thought you was talking about from birth or whatever.
Right, like I was gonna say, because from birth, it's more than twice. twice the size. But now I get what he's saying. Big hands, big feet. Yeah, you know what? You know what they say if you got big feet, right?
That's what I've heard, but I got tiny feet.
Big socks, or small tiny feet, tiny socks.
Well, you know, if you got tiny feet, they should charge you less for your socks and shoes because it takes less
That's a
material
good
to make them.
point. That's a good point because it's less material.
Yeah.
It's,
And
yeah. What the hell?
coats or whatever, you know, shirts, pants, whatever, it should cost you less, but they don't do it like that. At least the last time we bought clothes for our kids, they didn't do it like that. I think the kids' clothes are higher than the grown-ups.
That's like a math word problem. No big package.
I wouldn't know. Uh-oh. LSP wears size 14. Wow.
That's it. Yeah, I was gonna say no big package for sure. I mean, I wear 15 wide, and I ain't got. No, I'm just kidding. I wear 10.5.
That's what I wear, believe it or not.
Is
I
it 10
can't.
and a half? Yeah.
Yeah, I can wear 10s, but they get a little tight on my feet, so I
You're right.
wear 10 and
Well,
a half.
actually, I wear Red Wing boots. So one is 10.5 and the other is 11.
Now, I bet I know the reason for that, but tell me your reason, and I'll tell you the reason why I do the same thing.
Well, I don't even really have a reason. It's just I remember when I first got fitted for Red Wings, they like measured each foot, and I'm like, why? What's And they're like, well, no one's feet are exactly the same.
That's true.
So some one's usually bigger or smaller than the other. So, and I was like, I never knew that. So it makes sense when I wasn't wearing Red Wings that one foot would be like a little cramped or a little tight, start hurting after a while. Hey, there's Rome. What's up, Rome?
Wrong.
But yeah, it makes a big difference because yeah, if one foot's size 11 but you're wearing 10.5, feet's gonna get uncomfortable after a while.
Well, what got me is what the reason I wear a different size shoe a lot of times, or I was wearing cowboy boots at that time, is because when I was in that car wreck, it broke my leg and hit a nerve and messed the nerve up to my left foot, which makes somehow or another deform my foot. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So now, even though my feet are the same length, the arch of my left foot is way up here. So I have to have a bigger boot for my left foot than I do for my right one. If I buy a bigger one, if I buy like if I bought a size 11 or 11 and a half, well, that'd be too big for particularly my right foot. But I have to buy 11 and a half if I want to wear cowboy boots now, which I don't wear them anymore. But I'd have to buy 11 and a half for my left foot and a 10 and a half for my right foot.
Right.
And they don't like splitting boots up, believe me. They just don't like to do that at all.
That's why I still go to Red Wing boot, because Red Wings they hook you up. But I don't know, they're not as good as they used to be. But that's like, here, you want me to blow your mind? When I was hit by a car when I was 5, a week before my 6th birthday, is why I always had a hard time wearing sunglasses, because the glasses would be like this, because I don't know, can you see how much higher one is than the other?
Yeah.
So because I landed on my head when I got hit by a car, and it's flat, so my head just kind of went.
Well, I didn't have anything like that happen, but I don't remember which ear it is. One ear is lower. That's why I always have to readjust my glasses, because they're going to go like this.
Yep, exactly. If I lay them on like you're supposed to.
Oh, you sexy thing, you.
Yeah, they're crooked. So I always have to
Yeah, that's exactly what I have to do. And plus, if you don't straighten them up, it messes up reading and everything. I can't with them like this. I can't read shit. I mean, because this is in the way.
Right.
Or whatever. But You had to keep it straight. And then it fall right back down. But yeah, it's weird how your feet can be different sizes and your ears be different spots on your head.
Yep.
They have hell cut my hair because of that. Sometimes if I don't just tell them a regular haircut, if I try them to do a haircut the way I want it, it never works because one of my ears is lower than the other. Now, I guess I was born that way. I don't know.
You know what? I could have been. I just always related because I was hit by a car basically when I was 6 years old, but who knows? It could have been like that already before I got hit by a car. So
I can see your ear lower where I'm sitting, Steve. Your left ear.
I was gonna
like
say now that I point that out, everyone, you can't unsee it, right?
Now it looks like your left ear is down on your jawbone. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that near that bad, but you can tell the difference. Ben, as you mentioned it.
Oh yeah, it is definitely one of those things. Like once you see it, you can't unsee it.
You're still mesmerizing, though. I mean, you know.
I'm trying to find my because it's as if you still in the chat, as if it's your business. Because now I finally found it, but
he's going to say as if it's in your business. Yes, I am.
As if it's your business if I'm in chat or not. But no, it was a while ago when I seen him in here. But no, he sent me a new here, I'll pull it up anyway. He sent me a new logo, which is pretty sweet. And I want to pull this up too because I want to see how that reads, like which one's backwards. And okay, so the one on the left reads the right way.
I ain't had that kind of problem yet, Salty.
This one, right? Yeah.
Is it
that's the one that was that.
Is it supposed to be backwards? The right. Your name's supposed to be backwards.
No, I wasn't sure, like how, like, cause you know everything's. You gotta like if I gotta point to you, I'm pointing to my right, but on the screen it's. Yeah. So is it backwards now? It is
your name
now.
is. Yeah.
All right, that's exactly what I was trying to. Cool. So now I know. Okay. So this one.
There you go.
So see, that one is backwards for me. Wait a minute. Did I do that right?
Yeah, that was right.
Okay, so the one that's backwards for me is the right way for everybody else. That's what I was trying to figure out. Okay.
Yep. Steve Aloha YouTube.
That's pretty cool logo though, huh?
Yeah, it is.
And I didn't ask him to do anything. He just texted it to me. I was like, dude, sweet. Thank you.
As if done that?
Yep. As if it's your business. Yeah.
Dang. It's got into you as if. You must have been feeling good-hearted that day or something. Kind-hearted, however you want to put it.
He's good. And my longest running member. But, Dean. No, it was a week before my 6th birthday, and the street I lived on, like the end of that side street ended into like a T kind of, so then there was this road and then houses. So it was like side street, road, houses. So you either had to turn left or right. And my sister was already down there. It was my parents' good friends. Their daughters, which were like teenagers at the time, they're out there like watching all the kids and grabbing everyone by their hands and swinging them around, and you know all these kids having fun. So I was on my bike and I'm looking at all that. And I'm riding like, oh, they're having so much fun. I can't wait to get there. And it's the last thing I remember. But the messed up part is whoever hit me took off. So who knows, till this day, whoever hit me, for all they know, I think everyone says it was a she, but as far as she knows, yeah, she killed me. But
I'll tell you what, we was building a house one time, and it was almost on a corner. There was a corner house, and then the house we were building was right there. And this kid was coming home from the swimming pool one day, and he was riding down the road that we were building the house on. It teed off up here, and he ran the stop sign, and a woman coming down the road hit this kid. And I mean, you could hear the crunch and double crunch because he hit the hood, and then his head hit the windshield, and he rolled off. But his mother came running up there, and she heard it. Tell me, it was loud, man. Because, first the tires squealing from her slamming on the brakes, and then the collision with him. But then the police and the ambulance all came out. But before they could get him into the ambulance, he was gone. He was about 9 years old. Seriously, man, it was a terrible, terrible day. I mean, we were standing right in the front yard, looking at. Had no idea that was going to happen, of course.
Right.
But we were looking right at it when it happened. Oh, man, it was bad.
That is, I think the only reason I did live is because the houses because I landed on the grass. So if I would have landed on if I would have landed on concrete, I mean, I landed on the grass and my head swelled inward. So if I would have landed on the concrete, I probably would have been instantly dead.
Yep. But, that's where he landed on the concrete.
And it was swelling inward from the getting hit and landing. And then they also said if the swelling didn't stop, I probably wasn't going to make it, or I'd, be mentally, I'm afraid to say the word. I don't want to get in trouble, but the R word, which I think I am a little bit anyway, but that's my excuse. I got hit by a car. It's not my fault.
You trying to say retarded?
Yeah, that word. Yeah.
I said it for you, Steve.
Mentally exceptional.
Yeah, I can't see anything wrong with that word.
I don't either. I don't get it, man. Like,
I mean, there's lots of retarded things.
Right.
Retarded growth.
Isn't it the, I can't think of the word, but isn't that like the word for it? That's what doctors named it, retardation, right?
Yeah.
So, but now you're not allowed to say it for some reason.
Well, you got to be politically correct nowadays.
Yep. And then you got to be careful too, because who knows, in 10 years from now, you're not going to be allowed to say then, but you're saying it now, and then they're going to go back and find the videos and be like, oh, look how bad of a person he is. He said that word.
Yep. Do you think we've been to the moon? Why would they lie about that? I don't think we've been there, no.
Why wouldn't they lie?
I wouldn't.
No, I do think we've been. I don't think the video that everyone sees that's definitely not real, but I do think we have been there, and I think there's a reason why we've never been back.
Why is that reason?
Well, because when they went there, they found some shit they didn't want to find, and
that's possible. But the thing of it is, if you go by what they say, and this is what I'm going by now. They said that you have to go through the Van Allen radiation belt, which I don't believe, but this is what they say, to get to the moon. If you go through the Van Allen radiation belt, and this is according to them again, it kills everything instantly. And, in any living thing, it kills instantly. So if we've been to the moon, then the moon is inside our atmosphere, is what I believe. I mean, it was on the internet here a year or two ago that they found that the moon is inside the Earth's atmosphere. So that would be how they landed on it, if they landed on it. But I'm just saying they didn't go out in outer space and do it, not according to their own scientists.
Right. It's
because Van Allen radiation belt. But that thing they made, that video, I think it's probably against the law to talk about it on here. But that thing is about as good as a $3 bill.
Like Supplanter said, that's what I always think of every time. That I don't know the name, but the dude that said, we've lost all technology, which really, you just misplaced it. You just lost technology.
That's what I thought you were going to say at first. I said, Steve. That is what they say. They lost all the technology. But here it is. We're so much more advanced now than we were back then. I mean,
Yeah.
we have more computing power in our phones than they had in that spaceship back then, or rocket, whatever you want to call it.
Well, the other thing is what I think is like all the technology that like we the people like the regular citizens are just finding out about and getting to experience now. They already had that like back in the 80s. You know what I mean?
And I agree with you, Norman White. I certainly agree with that. There's so much I can say on here without getting dinged.
Right. And then how much I know I think Brian from Here's the Deal said it. But how much NASA is funded on a yearly basis is just a ridiculous amount of money, dude. Crazy amount, like billions, and he broke it down like that's this much a day. Just for it's like, of course, why wouldn't they lie to you? Because they keep getting all that money.
Well, and they also got to dig more tunnels. That's what they actually do with it. Well, at least a good bit of it. Who knows what to do with all of it? Uh-oh.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
You need to wear that thing all the time to stay safe.
Yeah, but like Steve-O, or was it Steve-O? I think it was Steve-O, but it's got to be tin foil, not aluminum foil. Otherwise, it don't work. Something like that.
You look like the devil with the little ears sticking out there.
You like those? I put the little horns on there. That was hard to do. It's hard to make a tinfoil hat. You know, Unspecified Podcast, they got a beanie hat that looks like it's tinfoil. I got to get that.
That either looks like a devil's horns or it looks like one of Madonna's bras. I can't make up my mind which.
Madonna. So, and this is for everyone that always thinks that Nina cooks food and then all I get to do is smell it.
I don't even get to do that.
Look at that. That's a nice cupcake. I get one once a year.
It ain't just taxes. You're right.
Where does the revenue come from? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's, you wonder why property taxes is so high now. And the funny part to me is that those are the same people that give us credit scores when they're how many trillions in debt?
As far as they want to be.
That's like saying, you know what? I'm really, really bad with money. Okay, you're hired. You can tell these people if they can have credit or not. Oh, really? But I suck with money. No, I know. But
you know what made Chap so happy the other night? The thing that made him the most happiest all week long was that Biden had okayed another $50 billion to Ukraine. Chap is
that really happening?
Yeah.
See, that's why I don't watch the news anymore. Damn it.
I don't either.
Seriously, another 50 billion?
Mm-hmm. That's what they said.
Don't laugh. That head is your only salvation.
He may be absolutely right. You never know. Well, like Chap and I were talking about here a few months back. I don't know if it was me or Chap that brought it up, but anyway, the lead paint, the reason they outlawed that was because their X-ray things and them satellites or so-called satellites can't see through the leaded paint, and so
that makes sense.
They used the excuse that it was poisoning kids, which for all I know it may be poisoning the kids, but that's not the reason to quit using it. I mean, can you imagine if it was just that? They'd have never said anything about lead paint because they want. Right. I mean,
because they don't care. It's not like that. Yeah, like that's actually helping their agenda. But
Absolutely. Absolutely.
it's like I always said, doesn't matter if you're left or right, red or blue, government don't give a about you. So yeah. Oh, it's poison? Shh, don't say nothing.
That's right. Put it
But
out
wait,
there even
oh
more.
wait, but our technology can't see through it. Okay, we're gonna have to stop putting an end to that.
Well, at least at that time it couldn't. And I don't remember what year that was in, but at that time it couldn't. And they do have stuff that can see right through houses. I mean, they can see every move you make inside your house if they want to.
Yep. Yeah, easily. And that's what's crazy. Like just to think of the hey, there's beautiful Nina. Like what we know about now is shit they had back in the 80s. So it's crazy to think about what they have now.
Yeah. Oh, I bet some of the stuff that is out now they had in the 60s or maybe even earlier. Because they brought us along slowly. You know, they wanted to make sure the big fix was in and in good before they started releasing all these cell phones. And the cell phone is just another way for them to track us, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And probably their best way.
Yeah. How many people do you know that doesn't have a cell phone?
I don't know anybody that don't have one.
Exactly.
I don't know
they
anybody
nailed that one.
They keep them with them all the time too, including my damn self.
Me too. I mean, yeah, I'm just as guilty, but think about it. Like, if I leave the house and I'm like, oh shit, where's my phone? It's like I'm more freaked out about that than if I lost my wallet. You know?
Yeah. Damn
But,
right.
You got to give it to them, man. They did a good job at that because they definitely got a hold on everybody now.
That's right, they do. And through when you figure in the TV, the computer, the phone, and the satellites they can see us all with, they got it covered. Yep. No doubt about it.
Because they were probably thinking, like back when when pagers and beepers were out, they're probably thinking like, man, this whole, everyone's talking about the mark of the beast and we can't put chips in everybody. I don't know if we're going to get away with that. We got to come up with something else. And then someone was like, what about if they could carry a phone with them everywhere they go? And we put the chip in there. And they're like, and now never leave home without it.
I know it. Miss Monacy says she don't have a cell phone. Now you know someone that doesn't own one. You're the only person I know of that don't.
Seriously, Miss Minor Sue? Wow, that's cool. If you really don't own one, that is good for you.
No kidding. We didn't have one. My wife and I, neither one had one for I don't know how long it was into the cell phone rage. But at that time, I went and got us one of those one you had to pay, to talk on. I can't remember what the hell it's called, but anyway, when you buy it or when you get it, you got to buy minutes,
Oh, okay, yeah, like a prepaid like card or whatever.
Well, it's
like a burner phone or whatever.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's a burner phone. That's what it is. But that was the first one we ever had. I had them for quite a while too. Kind of wish I still had one. The one I had back then. I mean,
you know what phones I miss? I know a lot of people in chat got to remember this. I think it was Nextel, and it was like a brick phone, but not the 80s style brick phone that were, but this is like, I don't know, early 2000s, but it was a Nextel and it was still thick and like bricky, but then you could also do the like walkie-talkie thing. So if someone else had a Nextel, you could,
you're talking about the shoe phone, right? I mean, that's what it looked like, was a shoe. That's what everybody called it back then. The one I'm thinking about, anyway. It may not be the one you're talking about. But
I don't remember here. I'll see if I can look it up. No.
LSP says,
but that phone got me in trouble though too.
Because the Nextel was awesome.
But because it had the two-way walkie-talkie type thing, and
No, I don't remember those. Come to think of it. That's not the one I'm thinking. I don't think. Could be, but I don't remember for sure.
I remember I was plumbing and I was working on a job. Oh wow, look at all these that just popped up. I was working on a job and my he's my uncle. He's my mom's youngest brother, but I hate calling him my uncle, but um he had Nextel and I was on a job and I had my phone. I was working on a toilet and I had my phone sitting on the bathroom sink and then there's a small bathroom and then the homeowner standing at the door, and I'm working and talking to the homeowner. And then all of a sudden it like with the Nextel walkie-talkie part, once it goes through, that person just says whatever they want and everybody hears it. It's like speakerphone. And he just started going, "What's up, mother? What the fuck?" And I'm just like, dude, I'm like reaching for my phone, like, shut up with the cuss. Man.
Scared to get you in trouble, was you?
Yeah, dude, it got me in trouble a couple of times with that. It's like,
well, I never had one of those. That's for damn sure. But I remember
here you go. This might ring a bell. Like this one, I think. Well, see, that's more of a flip phone. I remember mine was more of a brick. It was kind of like, yeah, see, these are all newer ones. Where's the old? Kind of like this one right here.
I've had one, almost all of them, at one point or another.
Yeah, similar to that one, but yeah, it was like you just hit the button on the two-way talk or whatever they called it, and then when it came through, it was speakerphone, so everyone heard it.
I don't think I ever had one of them. Not where everybody heard it. At least not that I remember. But like I said, we didn't get one for a long time till after the cell phones came out. It was years later. Just didn't need one. It's one thing if you've grown up your whole life, and as old as me and my wife were, when something like that comes out, because you don't need it because you never had it in the past. You've done just fine. We had a landline, and that's all we needed. At that time, even the computer hooked up to the landline.
Oh yeah, yep. That's I remember that when internet, and that's the whole AOL sound. What's up, Nada? Yeah. The whole AOL sound, and then if someone like used the phone, it disconnects you from the internet. It'd be like, dude, I'm on the internet. You just disconnected me.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But this is the exact one I was talking about or thinking of. That was the exact phone I had. And then, oh man, that thing got me in trouble. But the battery lasted forever. And you could run that thing over with your car and it wouldn't break.
Yeah. I know the last phone I had before I got the one I got now, I had it for so long. Literally probably 10, 12 years. I don't know how long. I had it a long time. And the phone company called and said they was going to turn the phone off because it was outdated and it wouldn't work with the new system that they were installing. I don't know if that's bullshitting me or not, but that's what they told me. So no, I had to get another phone.
They did the same thing to a friend of mine, Ken. Shout out to Ken. I haven't talked to that guy in years, but he's like, I'm not getting those new phones because he had the original flip phone, like the old, almost like. And he's like, I'm not getting any of these newer phones, man. And he kind of called it out then. He kind of knew like what we were just talking about, how there's the chip, there's the market, and he wouldn't upgrade. And like, everyone's like, dude, does that thing still work? Like the phone, but then it got to then they're like, hey, your phone's not going to work anymore because everything's updated. And so he was forced to get a newer phone.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Landline, cable TV, and internet are all on one bill. Yeah, that's the way ours used to be too. Used to be, I say used to be. I hadn't had, golly, I don't even know when's the last time was we had that. Been a long
landline? That's what I was just thinking of. I haven't had a landline in forever.
Me either. And we used to have what Chap's talking about there, though, where cable TV and everything was hooked up in one bill.
Yeah. Well, that's what mine is now. I mean, my cable and internet's one bill.
Phone too?
I could, but I've been with T-Mobile for like almost 25 years. So, but if I wanted to, I could switch to my internet provider and it would be cell phone too. But
I tell you what, I've thought about very serious about going back to a landline, but just a landline. But there's that cell phone does come in handy, especially when you getting up to my age, and you don't know when something's going to happen, and then you need an ambulance or whatever. I pray I
Right.
never had to call an ambulance, because believe me, that's the last place I want to go is to a damn hospital. But well, other than a morgue.
anymore.
And believe me, I don't want to go there. I can do without that tag around my toe for a while longer. Dang, Steve, you got blurry as everything there.
Oh,
Ghost
shoot. What the hell?
Ghost walked in front of you.
There we go.
You haven't brought up the ghost thing today. What's wrong? You feeling Peter or something? I mean, you off your game?
Well-
What? We hadn't had a guest, I know.
No, the funny thing about that is I had to leave Roma a comment because it was funny what she said. But funny thing is, before we met backstage, I took a shower and Nina was at church, and I get out of the shower and I'm just combing my hair and stuff, and she just walks up and I'm looking in the mirror, and then I seen like my peripheral vision, so I didn't like focus in, and I was like, I like froze up, scared the living shit out of me. I was like, I swear to God, I just thought I saw a ghost. I had no idea she was home.
Well, speaking about the phones and everything, like Miss Minus who says she can make them from her iPad and all. Yeah, you definitely can. And that's what I think I'm going to do the next time I get one of those dingy things, baseball thingies.
Yeah.
I think exactly what I'm, or something along those lines. I don't know how long it would work. And I'm not talking about. I know it would work, but I don't know how long it would take them to catch on to it.
Well, the funny thing about phones with me.
Hello, Whammy. Welcome, girl. Good to see you.
Is with the phone, I hate talking. I'll go backstage or like this and talk for hours, but to be on the phone, I'm like, it's like anyone I give my number to, I'm like, you can call, but I won't answer. You can text me, I'll reply to a text, but I just hate talking on the phone. But
I do too.
I'll go on here and do this or backstage for hours, and that's fine. But I just hate talking on the phone. I don't know why. I don't have a reason.
I'm not crazy about it myself. My sister's the same way. I called her here a while back, and she said, "Well, why have you waited so long to call me?" I said, "Well, your fingers ain't broke. You can call me too." Well, I just hate talking on the phone. I said, "Well, so do I." But
there you go.
So I have to call, even though I hate it as much as she does. I'm the one that has to call. She will text, but she hates calling.
Oh, there you go.
Big Mr. Cheddar Prepper.
Yeah, Mr. Cheddar Prepper. Happy Father's Day, brother. Big Chap took care of it for you. Exactly, James. It's a chore.
Well, thank you, Chap. You're a good man.
And the only time I don't mind talking on the phone is if I got my earbuds. I'll put the earbuds in, but then that's even worse sometimes too, because then I got those in and I'm like walking around talking to myself,
That's the way it looks. I walked into I had the Bluetooth thing here back years ago when my grandson's playing baseball. And me and the preacher were working in the concession stand that day. I forgot I had the thing on. I got used to wearing it, and I couldn't tell I had it on. I walked in there, and he said, "What's that thing you got growing out of your ear?" I said, "What the hell are you talking about?" He said, I think I want to yank that thing out of your ear. I said, and then I realized what he was talking about. Better not touch my damn Bluetooth. And I did take it out though because I had forgotten it was in there.
Yeah, I used to have one of those too, the old Bluetooth ones, the one piece.
Yeah.
It would like wrap around the ear and then have like a little mic.
Yeah, you looked like you had some kind of a growth or something, you know. But once you got used to it, you didn't even know it was there. You know that.
No, yeah, you just yep.
Well, Steve, I think I'm about ready to call it a day. And
I was just about to say we're pushing 3 hours.
We sure are, ain't we?
Damn good show.
It had to be. Wonderful show. Magnificent, stupendous, absolutely fantastic show.
Fantabulous.
Hit the table for me, Steve. There you go.
It doesn't fall over.
I knew we were going.
I was tempted like 2 weeks ago when I went to Sam's Club. I was tempted, man, but I don't have the money. But because like this is just like a piece of wood on top of two other, like it's a homemade desk. But there's those, I know everyone's seen them. The
Hello, Dakota.
There's the desks that you could use it as a stand-up desk. Hey, Dakota Hayes. And you can adjust it so you could be a sit-down desk, or you can raise it and then use it as a stand-up desk. And dude, they're really nice. And
buy you one.
I wanted to get it so bad. I don't have the money. It's like $400 at Sam's Club.
Well, thank you, Miss Minder Sue. Thank you very much. I'm looking super duper today. Wow, I don't know what I did today, but I need to do it over again, don't I? Every day. Thank you, Miss Minder Sue.
Yeah. And shout out to Miss Minder Sue too for last time for sticking around, because I know you didn't like our conversation, but you still stuck around, so I really respect you and appreciate you for that.
Which conversation was that?
It was not this past Thursday, but a week ago Thursday. Trying to remember now. I barely remember. Oh, it was when I was showing parts of Here's the Deal's video.
Oh, I thought you were talking about our show. I was going to say, I don't remember talking about anything that was bad. So.
Right. No, it was actually I started the show out solo for like the first 20-30 minutes, so it was just me.
Oh, well, sorry about that. I had to leave you in the lurch like that, Steve. I didn't do it on purpose.
No, I think it was Thursday. I think Dave was supposed to be there, but he was a half hour or
that was the day that Jeremy the Jester came in, right? I think, because I know I watched a little bit of y'all, but I don't remember what day it was.
What's that today? It might have been. No, I think Jeremy came in on Sunday.
And it could very well have been that day too.
See, that's what I mean. I don't even know what day it is half the time. It's like, when did this happen? Like something happened yesterday, and I think it's like 2 weeks ago. It's like, no, that was yesterday. Like, what? Really?
And she said Dave was there, so.
Yeah, because he was.
Mouse to work.
He thought we started at 11:30. Yeah, he thought we started at 11:30 Eastern, but then when we talked earlier that day, he was like, no, we can go early if you want. And I was like, all right, I'll switch it. But then he didn't get my text that I said I switched it. So he showed up at 11:30 Eastern when I went on at 11. But let's see. I got to find it real quick. I know it was, it was this one. 9 days ago. So.
Ron says she remembers that day because she wore peach chiffon and matching parasol. Right on, Ron. Right on. Sounds sexy.
Yep, yeah, it was. It was 9 days ago. So it was not a couple days ago Thursday, but a week ago Thursday. Went 2.5 hours. And I went. Oh no, Dave showed up. All right, Dave showed up 10 minutes after I started. But either way, my whole point was, Miss Minder Sue, I appreciate you and respect you for staying and not leaving and hearing us out.
Was y'all fussing and fighting, or what was y'all doing, or just talking dirty?
No, well, she wasn't agreeing with what Brian was saying on the video I was sharing, and she was
No.
just like, I don't want to watch this shit. And I was like, I'm not playing the whole video. I just play little clips, and then we're talking about it. But
Well, Cheryl, if Chap's still up for it, and I feel like it, tomorrow night is when we'll be on again.
Monday.
Yep, and I definitely hope that I'm up for it, and I hope Chap is too. I don't know if he's still in there or not. If he ain't, I'll get a hold of him tomorrow and ask him. But
Yeah,
we shall see tomorrow night. Huh?
I'm sure Chap's still in here. You get yeah, it'll be Monday. Big Chap and Ronnie.
There you go. Yeah.
Dave's not here. I think he's with his kids. He's spending the evening with his kids, I believe.
And you also got to remember with Chap, Chap's working now, and so he says he's coming home every day now, but he might not be able to make it. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. If not, well, and if I feel like it, I'll do a show on my own. But I definitely plan on doing one tomorrow night. So, and then next week,
if it's at the last moment, you can do a thumbnail with like a bowl of soup and then a picture of a high rise, and then you could put surprise. It's Ronnie and Chap.
I guess so.
Sorry. See, I think all this shit in my head and it's funny, and then when I say it out loud, I was like, that was dumb.
But next week, Steve and I will be on his channel. So y'all all join us over there. He won't let me stream share his, so it'll just be his.
We got to figure out how to do that. I don't know why. We got to figure out how to do that. Because it was a long story, but yeah. But yeah, I won't let them stream share from my channel. Fuck that,
Absolutely
man.
not.
Ain't happening.
He said I can't be trusted, like Craig always says. Get you in trouble.
No, and before anyone says it, I do have mine set to anyone can stream share, but it's because Ronnie has access to my StreamYard. That's what's keeping it from, and I don't even think you can.
I think you're right. But I don't know for sure, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
But
we still do good anyway. I mean, we still let's see. How many likes do you have? I can't even see. Shoot.
61.
Nice. See, I got 49. You got 61. See, we still
close.
do good.
Oh, yeah.
Still do good. And yeah, shout out to James. Love you, brother James, and everyone else in chat. And I'll go ahead and drop down and let you close out if you want.
I just want to say one thing before you leave, and that is that I think, this is my opinion only, but I think within the next week or two, maybe 3, we're going to see a lot of kids being rescued. I really and truly believe that from all of the research I've found here lately. If it don't happen, something has ripped, slipped, or torn somewhere. But anyway, that's about all I had to say.
Well, that's good. If they do get rescued, that's good.
Oh, it'd be wonderful. That's what this whole thing is all about, in my opinion, is the kids to begin with. Then everything else comes secondary. But I definitely know. Well, I know it's what this whole thing is about, is kids. Because that kids, you have no future. And they're the closest to God. It's just all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
But she says she sees 62. Well, that one showed only. That's what this says. I had 2 open. I don't know. It says 61 on mine. But that's all right. I mean, I ain't complaining.
Let me see. Oh no, it says 61 on mine too. Yep, I just refreshed it. It says 61 on mine. Who took their like away?
Yeah. Who did it?
How
Who did it? Who did it?
dare you?
Well, guys, love y'all, and thank you all for hanging in here and watching and talking with us. And we will see you next week on Steve's channel. I hope everybody will be here. Hope y'all bring a few friends too. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, let your friends know, your neighbors, even your enemies.
Yeah, even the ones you don't like, neighbors. I mean,
everyone's welcome.
Good night, everybody. Y'all have a blessed night.
Yep, much love and much aloha.
Absolutely. Have a blessed week too. Good night, everyone.